Pirates fight for old Southwestern, for alma mater dear. Pirates fight for old Southwestern, to Southwestern will be loyal to the sun from the sky. And remember to the end that our fight will never die. Pirates fight, yeah we win, ayy. Pirates fight, whoa, to the end, whoa. Pirates fight, yeah we win, ayy. Pirates fight, yeah, to the end, whoa, to the end.
Good afternoon and welcome to Southwestern Pirates football on homecoming weekend here on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand, coming to you live from Birkelbach Field in Georgetown, Texas, joined by my broadcast partner and lifetime Pirate TJ Vela, as well as Chuck Tracy down on the sidelines, Donna Williams and Michael Rose providing all the pretty pictures this afternoon. Our producer Trey Grebb and Skylar Gillespie, our QA, as the Pirates look to regroup against the Maryville, I guess it is, Scots. And TJ, the Pirates are coming off a crushing 19-16 loss at Center College last week, and a game they won every single way but on the scoreboard. They're facing a new conference opponent in Maryville that lost their first game of the season last week in Millsaps, lucky us. So what do you expect today with these two teams both having huge chips on their shoulders?
I expect both teams to come out extremely focused tomorrow. Coming off losses like both teams experienced over the past few weeks, the game plan for both teams is really simple, and that's execute. Execute on each play, execute on your assignments, and the team that's able to execute more is going to be the team that comes out on top here today.
Pirates are now 3-3 overall and 1-2 in the SAA. They're literally 6 points away. It's kind of crazy. A couple of 3-point games lost in the last couple of minutes from being a 5-1 team that had trailed Trinity by just 2 points at the half on the road. So how hard is it to get back up again after having kind of your soul sucked out of your body after 2 games?
I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, Merle. It sucks. It really does suck when you think about how your season could have went. You could have a 5-1 season right now coming into this contest, but unfortunately you're 3-3, and so looking at that, it does suck. But the positive thing is this Pirate team is a young team, a lot of underclassmen that are getting these nicks right now, and they're paying their dues essentially, and so it's going to pay dividends later on. But it does suck right now that they're experiencing those types of losses.
Well, on the other side of the ball, the Maryville Scots, and we have found out, Coach Hicks letting us know that it is pronounced Maryville, even though it's spelled Maryville. Yeah. So I don't have a cold. It is pronounced Maryville. They come into 5-1 overall, 2-1 in the conference. They competed in the USA South Athletic Conference last year, where they ran the table and fell in the second round of the playoffs after defeating Barry in the first round. Adding them to the SAA just might make this conference the SEC and the D3 football, TJ.
Yeah, it really does make this conference even more competitive. It used to be the American Southwest Conference that was considered the SEC of D3 football, and the Pirates were in that conference too back in the day. But nowadays, it really is the SAA with all this competition, with all these teams that have made the playoffs, that have won conference championships. But, that's why the Pirates joined this league. We wanted to be more competitive. Right. We wanted to have opportunities to play against teams just like Maryville, just like Barry, just like Trinity. And so it's just another example of the Pirates looking for a great contest, and we're going to get one here today.
We're going to go down to Chuck on the sidelines in just a minute, but first I want to hear from our producer extraordinaire, Mr. Trey Grubb, or should I say Grandpa-to-be Trey Grubb. Trey's leaving us at halftime today, and we're going to give a pinch hitter here at halftime. But congratulations, Trey. But your thoughts on today's game?
Well, daughters always come before the football teams, so just, we got to keep that to ourselves,
Right.
So, no, it's I'm sure they're glad to be home. That was a long way to go, and hard loss on the road. But getting back home, like we talked about, got some young guys that are going to be out there, but it's always an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to learn. And I'm sure Coach, as he always does, approaches each week. As we talk about it all the time, you're just trying to go 1-0. Last week you went 0-1. This week you're trying to go 1-0.
That's exactly right. And we're going to send it down to the sidelines now to a gentleman who thought he might need an umbrella, and we still might before the game was done. But right now it's a beautiful sunshiny day down there, Chuck. We finally get some football weather in Texas. Chuck Tracy.
Yeah, it is crisp fall type day, fall for Texas, right?
Right.
I mean, we're still pushing 90 degrees, but it's nice. it is nice down here on the field, and it is overcast, which means that there'll be breaks from the sunlight. So it should be a good day weather-wise. I think TJ is very accurate. This is a young team going through growing pains. It is a young program overall, but it's also young in its new head coach and the way that he approaches these things. And so what we are witnessing is the growth of this team. And a couple of 3-point losses could devastate some programs and seasons. And we've seen this team bounce back a couple of times already. I would expect that today as well. It is a young team, as TJ also mentioned. However, and with a young team, things like homecoming week can be a distraction.
Right.
And the opponent is no slouch. So it'll be a good measuring stick to kind of see where the program is overall under Coach Kriesel in his second year, his first real official year as head coach, as well as how the season's going to be progressing as we move forward.
Yeah, sounds good, Chuck. Always checking with you throughout the day here on homecoming weekend. The fans arriving late from the tailgate. We've got about 15 minutes till kickoff, so why don't we take a quick break? When we come back, we're going to hear from the guy who knows more about Southwestern football than all 5 or 6 of us put together. That'd be Coach Bill Kriesel coming up right after this break. Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. And we're pleased to be joined in the pregame show by the head coach of the Southwestern Pirates, Coach Bill Kriesel. And Coach, it's been about 48 hours or so, and man, that one still sticks in my craw. I can't imagine what it's like for you and the guys. A tough game on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it's just another fun game to be a part of, though, really, Merle. We're putting ourselves into those positions to be able to play good football teams. We're on the road at their homecoming, and started off a little slow, long travel. I was talking to you earlier. We left at 7 a.m. on Friday and didn't get to our hotel until 7 p.m. that night. And long travel. We had a little slow start, but hey, we were resilient. We came back and played really, really well for 3 quarters, and one play here or there, like always. That's the way it is with Southwestern Pirate football right now. One play here or there can change the outcome of a game, and but our kids showed some really, really good resilience and played really hard. And ultimately, you want to end up on the other side of the scoreboard, but the more and more you keep putting yourselves in these positions against good football teams, it's really going to help you down in the future.
It's got to be maddening. College football games, 3 hours and 15 minutes, and it comes down to about 3 plays that last a total of 30 seconds or so, and that made all the difference, right?
Yeah, you just never know when those 3 plays are going to happen, right? And there's some things that we, obviously we made some mistakes throughout the game. We got a field goal blocked. It was a little low kick, and you could think about that. They got 2 2-point conversions off a pretty good plays on their end that added to 4 points. So, the points all add up in the end.
Sure.
I know you look at the last drive and you look at this, and we made some really good plays and came back. And again, it's a culmination of all the plays. I keep telling our players, you never know what that play is going to be. It could be the second play of the game. It could be the 200th play of the game. Mm-hmm. You don't really know until you know, and that's why you just got to prepare for each play and do the best you can.
Well, let's kind of talk about, like we did last week after the Trinity game, talk about the positives. Tyson Williams, the rushing game, offensive line doing a tremendous job.
Yeah, Tyson Williams is just a tremendous back. I mean, I might be biased a little bit because he's in our building, but I think he's the best back in the conference. He's leading the league in the rushing, and there's very few times I've ever seen on film right now where the first guy or even the second guy sometimes tackles him. If you watch the film really, really well, I don't think our offensive line played the best game that they've had all year. They played okay at times. We were very inconsistent, but Tyson really did a great job of making guys miss and really making some plays that really shouldn't have been anywhere. So we're glad to have him, and he's a great player, great kid, has great attitude in what he does. So he's come here, done everything right, he's done a great job for us.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that about the offensive line. Did a great job in terms of the rushing, the passing offense, struggling a little bit. Jackson Sims running for his life, and Smith running, whether by design or by having to. But the passing game a little bit different in terms of the offensive line.
Well, yeah, I mean, center runs some funky stuff, and they bring a lot of pressure, and you got to be able to you got to communicate well. I don't think we communicated great throughout the game in terms of where we were sliding our protection and those kind of things. So we got to make some improvements there. We got to coach it better, and we got to make sure our guys are prepared a little bit better. We knew going in they were going to be a little funky when it came to that, and our goal was to make them, get some explosives off some of that, and we just really weren't able to get a whole lot of explosives in the passing game. So that's just part of it, but we did run the ball well, like I said, with Tyson, and settled down in the second half. And again, you got to give center credit. They're a tough team to play sometimes in terms of how they're doing it. Again, it was a night game. It was homecoming. They were pretty fired up. So we didn't handle that really, really well to begin with, but we settled down and played pretty well as down the stretch.
Talk about your defense a little bit, particularly the pass defense. You gave up the one play early on, like the second and third play in the game. Other than that, their other touchdown came after a muff punt. They had a very short field, and they had to scramble to get that. The defense really shut it down and gave their offense a chance to work through some stuff.
Yeah, Merle, it was our best defensive game of the year, by far. We played really well defensively. Getting Jameer Martin back, fully healthy, and playing the way he can play. I mean, it's a huge job. He was our best player on defense the whole night. Caleb Harmon played really, really well as well. And then we stayed on top of most of the routes. The long touchdown, Merle, was a communication error. We practiced against that set and that play all week, and for some reason we came out and we didn't check the coverage that we were supposed to be in. So left ourselves in a bad leverage situation, and their player, who's a really good football player, will be a first-team all-conference wide receiver. And their quarterback made a great throw on the run off the bootleg action. So we didn't check the coverage correctly, and that's an error, and we got to do better at that. But then after that, we settled down really, really well. We played the running game pretty well. They ran for over 250 yards on Millsaps a few games earlier, and we knew they were going to try to establish the running game against us, and we did a pretty good job. And again, I think it really comes down to getting your best players in position to make plays, and with Jameer back, it really helps us out because he can get everybody in the correct positions. Plus, he makes it easier for other guys to make plays as well.
So a tough loss of Pirates losing the second game by 3 points, but to kind of put that one behind you, and it's your turn at homecoming this weekend with a brand new foe coming in Maryville. Talk about the Scots a little bit.
Well, Maryville's a really, really good football team. They were 5-0 going into last week's game. They dropped a road game against Millsaps last week.
Yeah, lucky you to get them after a loss, right?
And they didn't play all that well, but they got probably the best offensive player in the conference in terms of their quarterback. Their quarterback was an all-region player last year. He's been 4-time SAA Offensive Player of the Week. Leads, in the top of the nation, in the top 5 or 6 in most passing categories. So we're going to have a really, really tough challenge on defense. Trying to stop their passing game. They're a really, really good offensive football team, and so it'll be a good matchup for us to kind of see where we're at again. I tell you, Merle, I was looking at the stats this week, and the SAA right now is the 4th-ranked conference in the country.
Wow.
With the NPI index in terms of the playoffs. Again, we're playing against another playoff team from last year. Center made the playoffs last year. Maryville made the playoffs last year. So it doesn't get any easier for us, for our opponents. The good thing is we've proven that we can play really, really well against good football teams, and that's part of the process. Part of our process. I talk to our players all the time. The results obviously matter, but the process is a heck of a lot more important. So we're going to stick with our process, continue doing what we're doing, proving that we're a good football team, and hopefully the ball bounces our way, and we're on the other side of the scoreboard this weekend.
Yeah, to that point, a 3-point loss to TLU, probable playoff team, a 3-point loss on the road at Center, and then played Trinity to within 2 points through one half. So flushed that one half against Trinity, and you guys are right there with anybody else.
Yeah, and that's how we're going to think about it, Merle. Again, results are important. We understand that. That's how we're judged when it comes to that. But we're in the building when we're here and we're talking about things. It's about the process. And I talked to Coach Fry, the center coach, after the game, and we just talked about the same thing about we're all doing the same thing and making sure our kids have a great experience at this level playing football. We travel well. We did great. We had some great compliments by all the airport staff and everything else. So I just want to give a shout out to our team, how they're handling their business. We did a great job in the hotel and handling travel, and we had a good meal, and everything was great there too. So we're doing some really, really good things, both on and off the field, and just understanding that our most important mission here is to make sure we give our players a chance to be successful, not only on the football field but also in life, and they're doing a great job in that.
Well, last thing before I let you go, homecoming weekend, talk about that a little bit. Good and bad, the distraction, but what the attention it brings to the program.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we're going to have a bunch of people there. It'll be a great crowd and a lot of stuff going on. And there's the volleyball match on Friday. We're playing against Trinity, which is really huge. We're going to get the guys to go out there and cheer on our volleyball team, and that'll be awesome for us as well. So there's a lot of things going on, but it's part of being it. It's part of the fun. That's why you do this.
Right.
That's why you play college athletics, to be involved in this, and it's an opportunity that a lot of guys don't get a chance to do. So we should take it all in and make sure that we expose ourselves to all those kind of things and have fun with it. Southwestern is known for starting homecoming back in 1840, I think, or whatever year it was. First team to have a homecoming, or first university to have homecoming. So we're going to have a great time at the game and a great time throughout the week with all the festivities.
Well, looking forward to it, Coach. Good to be back home. Any final thoughts here before we let you go?
No, I'm just happy to be back home. We handled the travel pretty well, and we're going to play another really good football team, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Those that did, I do want to say one last thing. I did thank all the parents who went to center after the game for support of your player, of your son. I'm just a privilege to be able to coach them, and those of you guys who watched it at home. I know it wasn't Merle and the guys in the broadcast, and I heard from my family. They really are looking forward to get you guys back on the call.
And we're going to go right down to the field because we got the live coach standing by with Chuck Crazy. Chuck, you got Coach Kriesel next to you. Take it away, sir.
Hey, Coach, homecoming week, it's a busy week full of distractions. How did you keep your Pirates focused this week?
They're focused. They play hard. They show up every day. We encourage them to take all the festivities in. We were at the volleyball match last night. Congrats to the volleyball team, beating Trinity at our home soil, number 19 in the country, knocking them off. So we had a great time. That was a privilege to be invited to a donor dinner last night to talk about how gracious and how much gratitude our players had to be able to represent such a great university. So homecoming is one thing, but we also got to understand these players are 18 to 22-year-olds, represent Southwestern University, and they should be a part of all of it.
Well, and the highlight of homecoming week is about to kick off. So what are your must-haves for a Pirate win today?
Well, the must-haves is take care of the football on offense. The last few times that we've been out, we haven't been as good with ball security, so we have to take care of the football, and we have to stop explosive plays on offense. This team is really, really good on offense, got a really, really good quarterback. They're going to move the football, but we got to make them keep snapping it, so then therefore we can play better. As the drive goes on, eventually they'll make a mistake.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
There you have it, Merle.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much. As the captains get ready to meet near midfield, this will be the first ever meeting between these two programs. And, TJ, we're used to the TLUs and Trinities of the college football landscape. What's it like facing a brand-new opponent for the first time?
It's interesting, Merle, and this kind of takes me back to the first year we were in the ASC, the American Southwest Conference, back in 2017. It was the first time we were playing schools like Mary Hardin Baylor,
right.
Louisiana College, Belhaven, and it's interesting in the fact that you've never truly seen these guys before. You've never gone up against them before. Yeah, you've seen them on film. You've heard about them in the news, things like that. But it's truly different when you put your hand in the dirt right in front of someone else that you've never gone up against before. And at that point, everything else goes out the window, and it gets real interesting because that's when the pads start talking, and that's when everyone starts getting going. So it's going to be a fun contest here today.
Captains meeting at midfield, and a beautiful day here in Georgetown, Texas. 70 degrees. They're calling for severe storms later on this afternoon, but right now we're under hazy sunshine. Clouds in the area, but hopefully it'll hold up here for the next 3 hours, and we can get this football game in. Pirates in the homecoming gold.
The gold
again. Out. And Southwest, I think, won the coin toss and deferred.
They did.
Gold out is great for everybody except my old eyes.
Yeah, they're not thinking of you down there, Merle.
No, they're not. So Pirates will kick off going from right to left. There is a bit of a breeze blowing from left to right, but not too bad. Southwestern 3-3, 1-2 in the conference. Maryville 5-1, 2-1 in the conference. And they likely have Teddy Orton back to receive the kick. He's our leading return man, number 10. Crowd still arriving from the tailgate, still finding their way into the stadium.
Got a frog in there?
A little bit, yeah.
Looks like number 2 and number 88, Merle, actually back to return for the Scots.
Change things up on me. Fine, be that way. That's Teddy Orton is number 2, and number 8 is Laurel Edmondson.
You said number 10. That's why.
I said number 10, yeah.
Number 10's the quarterback.
Apparently the stats lie. Kickoff to the far side, and it's going to be returned at the goal line. This is Orton on the return up to the 10 to the 15. Spins free and going to be knocked down the 16-yard line. Good start for the Pirates on special teams. And you heard Coach talk about this explosive offense. They're averaging 36 points a game, 509.5 yards per game, 65% of that roughly through the air, led by senior quarterback Bryson Rollins, who's 134 out of 203 for 2,122 yards, 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Hopefully this Pirate defense could be a little stingy today, TJ.
Yeah, they're the number 4 passing offense in all of D3 nationally, so it's going to be a tough test for the Pirates, but luckily for them, they've already gone up against a top 5 passing offense in Puget Sound, so they've gone up against a high-powered offense before, and really for them, it's all about keeping everything in front of them and not allowing explosive plays behind them.
This Pirate defense giving up 35.8 points per game, 427.7 yards per game.
Now, this is a great opportunity starting off this way. See what their defense can start with and get. See what if they can control the line of scrimmage.
So first down and 10 for the Scots from the 15-yard line, and dropping back and going to throw right away, being pursued. Fired over to the right side, complete on the edge to the 15, and steps out of bounds at about the 19-yard line as they dump it off underneath to the leading receiver, Steph Carter. Carter on the season coming in. 31 catches for 650 yards, averaging just under 21 yards per catch with 4 touchdowns. They've got 3, a triple-headed monster.
Yeah, they're really good at the outside, and you saw it right there, too, with Rollins' his ability to get out of the pocket. It's imperative the Pirates keep him in if they're wanting to stop him.
And a running play up the middle. That's going to bring him out to about the 27-yard line, set up a 3rd down and 2. Got to look at the number to make sure that I got the right guy this time on the carry for Maryville. It is senior running back Chris Cooper, 394 yards on the season. Runs just enough to set up the pass.
Yeah, right there. I mean, just getting those 4 yards after that first down play really opens up the playbook here for the Scots. Imperative here for the Pirates to try and get a stop.
3rd down and a long 2. And the swing over to the left side, complete on the edge, trying to give ground to the 20, and he is not going to get there. The ball actually fumbled out of bounds, and a flag comes in.
Flag came in there late, too. Interesting to see here what they call.
Hope they didn't get a face mask or something like that inadvertently. No foul on the play, okay.
He meant to throw the black thing down probably to signal the turnover.
A great pursuit there by the Pirate defense to string that out and had nowhere to go.
Especially on those swing passes. We've seen all year the Pirates really struggle, especially against Trinity back a few weeks ago. The swing pass really hurt them, but right there, great pursuit and able to get a 3-and-out in the first drive.
Should be Ethan Ford back to punt it away, but that does not look like number 9 to me. And a rugby-style punt. Over the shoulder catch, made it the 27-yard line, drops it, picks it up, and up to the 30, and the Pirates will start right about the 29 of the 30-yard line.
That was number 14, Dewey Whaley. He's listed as a holder, Merle, but that may be a case of a forgotten jersey. I don't know too many holders that have the ability to punt.
That was a great punt as well.
So here comes the Southwestern offense, and it'll be Jackson Sims getting the start today. He had a rough outing last week, but he comes in on the season 54 out of 95, 768 yards with 8 touchdowns and 3 picks. And somebody who had a great game last week, junior running back Tyson Williams, 149 yards in the ballgame.
Yeah, we're going to have to rely on Williams a lot here today to get things going offensively.
Dropping back Sims. Pocket breaks on. He's going to step up and fall forward to about the 33-yard line. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8.
We may be seeing a lot of that, too. QB scrambles from Sims here today. It's a young offensive line. There's been a lot of injuries as of late to this offensive line, so we have 3 freshmen starting across the board.
Going back to 2013 with 3 freshmen in there at the same time.
That was out of necessity, though, Merrill.
That's right. 2013 is even before your time, TJ.
No kidding.
And up the middle, Williams, and a nice hole pushes out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. So far, the offensive line doing a nice job. So it's up a third and manageable here for the Pirates.
And in talking with Coach Mass before the game, Earl, what he talked about since it's going to be a young offensive line is just keeping things simple, not doing too much, not being too complex offensively. So expect simple run plays just like that.
Williams again in the backfield. 2 receivers right, 2 to the near side. 3rd down and 3, just underway first quarter. And a bad snap. Pirates weren't ready for it. And Maryville's going to scoop it up to the 15 of the 10, breaking free and into the end zone. A give touchdown for the Scots. What in the world?
Just a complete breakdown in communication there. The center, Matthew Diosdados, snaps it. Sims not even ready for it. Didn't even realize the ball had been snapped. He didn't even turn around. And at that point, number 92, Cam Gunn just went in, scooped it, broke some tackles, and ran into the end zone. What a breakdown for the Pirates.
Wow.
Sims didn't even know it had been snapped.
He was wondering why people were moving in front of him, didn't even realize the ball was behind him. Unfortunate.
Especially if it's a good team. You cannot afford to gift a team like this 6 points.
Well, we did the same thing against Trinity. He allowed them to have 2 scooping scores, and we know how good they are. Can't do it against here with Maryville.
Luke Pinkston on for the extra point. Good snap and hold. And the kick is up and good. So 12:26 to go first quarter. That was a revolting development right there. 7-0. Scots on top early.
I mean, you have a defense that just forced a 3-and-out against one of the best passing offenses in the country. And then your offense goes out there. Looks like they're getting good yards. And on a 3rd down play, just a mistimed snap leads to a scoop and score.
And you can't let it affect the rest of the game.
That's right.
Yeah,
something like
you got to forget about it. You know, one of the things that happened down in San Antonio was it really kind of snowballed on them
in a hurry.
Yep, they've got to move past this and get back out there. Sims, I'm sure he's confident, so he'll get back out there and try to lead this team. I really liked his quick decision on that 1st down play. Didn't see anything he likes. Made that quick decision to get up there, nice and confident decision.
Yeah. Essentially, you're treating it like the offense did score on their first possession,
right.
And you're just coming out here trying to match them here on your first possession in your head.
So the Scots will kick it away here from the 35-yard line. Jackson White with the football on the tee. Kickoff is going to sail over to the 5-yard line, fielded there up to the 5 to the 10 to the 15, up to the 20, to the outside, and out across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Nice return for the Pirates. On the return was Luke Martin, a junior wide receiver.
Luke Martin's been someone that we should be watching offensively, really develop throughout this year in his junior campaign. Expect some more out of him, at least on the offensive side of the ball.
So here we go again. 1st and 10 Pirates from their own 22 is where he stepped out of bounds. Sims in the shotgun. Williams lined up in the pistol behind him. Sims dropping back, looking, pump fake, pocket breaks down, in trouble, fires over to the near sideline, and falls incomplete.
Was he outside the tackle box?
Coach Mask is saying that he had a receiver in the area. It didn't get past the line of scrimmage,
but there was a receiver there, though.
There was a receiver. I think it didn't go beyond the line of scrimmage because he was being hit as he threw the football.
Yeah, so we'll see. The refs are talking right now.
Don't you dare reach into that pocket.
Because there definitely was the receiver in the area that he was trying to throw to. It's just a matter of...
There we go.
Yep. There were players in the area. You heard it. You heard it here first. 2nd down and 10 from the 22-yard line. So one receiver right. Trips here to the near side for the Pirates. 12:18 to go first quarter, down by 7. Sims dropping back. Pass over to the right side. Got a receiver open out there to the 35 and knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Nice pitch and catch. Who else? That's 17. Cotrier on the reception.
Cotrier, another guy that's developed really well in his sophomore campaign. But you see what happens when you give Sims time and let the routes develop. Sure, wide open off the simple dig route. First down, Pirates.
He's out there on the far side again. First down out to the 37-yard line. Receiver comes in motion, straight ahead handoff up the middle, and breaks the first tackle, and then shoved backwards by about 3 or 4 white shirts is Williams. A gain of a yard on the play, 2nd down and 9.
Pirates trying to come with a power action look with the motion man right there, but nothing going for them. The push from that defensive line for the Scots, just too much. And the Scots defensive line, they're not going to do too much in terms of stunts and blitzes and all that. They keep it very vanilla in the up front, which is going to be good for this young offensive line for the Pirates.
One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Receiver coming in motion, and now goes back the other way. Handoff up the middle again. Williams, boy, he almost broke free, but could not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of a couple yards. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 11.
And right there, that's going to be one that Sims wants to go back on. That's going to be a quarterback read on the outside. The defensive end, he's reading him, number 38, Jacob Burvin. Burvin crashed immediately, and Sims likely, in another instance, will pull that. Right there, he hands it off, and no gain for the Pirates.
So it's up a 3rd and 10 back at the 37-yard line. One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Sims dropping back, looking, good protection now, breaks down, rolls to his left, got some running room, going to tuck it under, now fires over here to the near side, and incomplete. Thought he was going to tuck it under and run, but instead he tried to get it to Graydon Thompson, and Thompson unable to keep the feet in bounds, and the Pirates will punt it away here.
We've seen it all year, the ability for these Pirates receivers to stay open when the scramble happens. Right there, Thompson tries to do another example of that, but unfortunately for him, that throw is just out of his catching range, and Pirates going to have to punt out here.
Chase Lanham, the freshman, back to punt it away, averaging 46 yards per punt with the longest 74. He's put 6 out of 20 inside the opponent's 20-yard line. Launches another one into the afternoon sky. Caught at the 17, up to the 20, to the 25, and tripped up. Good open field tackle. On the coverage for the Pirates, that was Stephen Fuqua, sophomore out of Austin, by way of McMurray.
Another one of those transfers here the Pirates have relied on here in this 2025 season. The transfer portal looks a little different in D3, Merle. We can't just offer NIL money, but what we can offer is a great academic experience and a great Southwestern experience here in college.
First down 10 at the 26-yard line. Hard snap count, and the Pirates jump, free play, pass over here to the near side, complete, and dropped immediately to 33-yard line. So do you want 2nd and 4, or do you want 1st and 5?
Likely we'll take the 1st and 5.
First and 5.
You don't get much out of that outside of padding your stats for 6 extra yards.
Jay Richardson hauling it in, but we'll check the flag.
Offside. Defense, number 5. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So that'll make it 1st down and 5 from the 31-yard line.
This Pirates defensive line, you like the aggressiveness, but continue to watch the ball here early on.
Rollins handoff right side, out across the 30 and near the 35 to the 34-yard line. Picks up another couple of yards, going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
2nd down and 2.
2nd down 2, pardon me. Wishful thinking.
And right there, that play coming right out of the Pirates playbook, another motion counter to the right side. This time executed pretty well from that offensive line, and that pulling receiver from Maryville makes it 2nd and short here.
That was Jermaine Abner on that previous carry, picking up 3 yards. So 2nd down and 2 from the 34-yard line. Rollins pass over the middle and deflected and incomplete. Man, that almost was intercepted.
Yeah, he threw it into a dangerous spot right there, right into the Pirates defense. About 4 yellow jerseys around his receiver, number 1.
That's Carter
Steph
again.
Carter.
Very prophetic, 3rd and 2nd. 3rd and 2. Very nice, Merle.
I was looking in the future.
Yeah,
Nostradamus over here.
way to manifest that.
He's always 1 step ahead.
Usually followed by 2 steps behind.
Well, that's what your wife says. We say you're right all the time.
Ooh, fumbled the snap, but he managed to get it handed off and out to the 37-yard line. Enough for the 1st down. Wasn't pretty, wasn't elegant, but Chris Cooper bailed him out, picked up the 1st down out to the 38-yard line.
And early on, this high-powered passing offense relying on the run to move the ball. They've done a really good job just moving the line of scrimmage forward with this offensive line and with Cooper in the backfield. And you keep doing that, eventually the passing game will show up.
Yep.
So for the Pirates here, you got to remain stout in the running game, but keep the pass in your back pocket.
Rollins in the shotgun again. 2 receivers left, 1 on the near side. Hand off again. Cooper again off the left side. This time stuck and going to be dropped almost immediately. Pick your Pirate. There are about 3 or 4 of them. I think the first one there, if I can get the number through the binoculars here, is that number 3, I think. Jameer Martin. Big surprise. I think he was the first one to get to him.
Yeah, Martin came over top, flowing with the play. He saw Cooper break and went with the cutback lane. And Jameer, he's someone that the Pirates defense desperately needed back, a leader on this team. And you see it right there why. Great stop there for a minimal gain on first down.
2nd down and 9. Play action now. Bootlegging to his left is Rollins. Firing, going for it all. Got him behind the defense and caught somehow to the 15 down to the 12-yard line. What a catch. Grant Henderson with the defender draped all over him.
And Henderson just went up and went over top of the defender on that one to pull that one in. But another example there, Merle, we've said it all year, not turning around from a defender's perspective. If we would have turned around right there, I think we could at least made a play on the ball to knock it down and not allow that catch to happen. Unfortunately for the Pirates, not the case. A huge play right there for the Scots.
Yeah, I totally agree. The ball was a little bit underthrown, so he would have actually had better position on the football.
And typically, you were trying to recover like that. It's very tough to want to turn your head around. You kind of just want to go into the receiver. But unfortunately, you have to try and pull your head back.
Swing pass right side to the 15. Gets a block on the edge of the 10, and going to be good pursuit there by the Pirate defense, holding that one to a minimal gain. As on the reception was Roro Edmondson.
And there is a Pirate down on the top side of your screen there, Merle.
Trying to see who that is.
If I'm going by body types, looks like Jalen Levine.
This Pirate defense, a veteran unit. A lot of names have been calling over the past 2 or 3 years, Jalen Levine being one of them, and that is indeed who it is.
Yeah, part of that really deep defensive line for the Pirates, a defensive line and a unit that we were so high on coming into this year. It started off really hot. It's going to taper it off in the middle of the season, but still expecting them to make some waves and make a big impact in all of these games. So losing a guy like Levine, hopefully this is just cramps. Losing a guy like him would hurt us tremendously.
7:55 to go in this first quarter. 7-0 Maryville on top, looking for more. They're going to have it 2nd down and 8 at the Pirate 11-yard line, it looks like. And they're getting him up.
Am I going to need to run down there with a Sharpie?
What?
Am I going to need to run down there with a Sharpie and try to put an outline on all of those numbers?
Yes, please do. It was Levine that was injured, and he's walking off the field under his own power. Yeah, it's brutal. Those numbers are brutal.
When we get a chance, I'd like to hear from Chuck in terms of what the attitude of the team was like after that scoop and score.
2nd down and 8 coming up from the 11-yard line. Rollins in the shotgun with Cooper lined up to his left. On a 2nd down play. Rollins handoff Cooper right side, trying to get the corner turn, and he will scamper into the end zone. Touchdown, Maryville.
Chris Cooper in for the Scots touchdown.
That's the kind of play they show at online coaching clinics, Merle. A beautiful job there by the right side of the Maryville offensive line, getting the scoop around the corner. We saw Jalen Levine go down. He would have been a guy there on the outside for the Pirates. You lose a guy like him, like we said, it's going to hurt you. And right there, Maryville took advantage, ran it in for 6.
Yeah, it's going to be gut check time here early for Southwestern, down by 2 scores. As Luke Pinkston on to tack on his 2nd extra point of the ball game. Good snap, kick is up. And it is good. So 7:45 to go, first quarter, 14-0. Well, Trey asked for it. Let's go down to Chuck at the sideline. Not only get his thoughts on the scoop and score, but now how the Pirates are reacting after giving up a 2nd score, Chuck.
The mood didn't change much after the scoop and score, so they were pretty even-keeled by that. However, after this last score, the offense jumped up from its meeting group, motivated to get out and move the football. We'll see.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, the offense has moved the ball a little bit. They haven't been able to string the drives together, but they're not getting stuffed immediately either. So got to get something going here, though. You're down by 14. You don't want to let this game get away early.
And right now, Maryville just relying on explosive plays to make points and put points on the board. You had the scoop and score. That's one explosive play. And then the long passing play that put them deep into Pirates field position. So it's one of those things that the Pirates here got to create explosive plays of your own.
Kickoff is going to sail back to the 2-yard line, up to the 10 to the 15. Nice burst of speed, 35 to the 40. Got one man to beat the kicker to the 50, to the 45, and a stiff arm finally shoved out of bounds and then tackled late. Tack out another 15 yards, you should. And now tempers fray as the official literally pulling off.
I don't know how that's not a personal foul.
I don't either. Luke Martin, a great return. Tackled about 5 yards out of bounds.
I think they're saying it was the kicker that made the tackle, so he's not used to having to do that, so they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But you talk about needing explosive plays, Merle. There's one right there. Put you deep into the field position of the Scots. First time we've been on this side of the field today. Now let's take advantage of it. Let's put points on the board.
So a great return from Luke Martin, the junior from Frisco Liberty. Sets up the Pirates at the 35-yard line of the Scots. Smith in at quarterback, pass the right side, complete to the 30, and the first man misses and spins inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. So Smith in at quarterback, completes a pass to Couturier for a gain of 5, second down and 5.
An interesting look right there. I don't know if Maryville expecting the pass now with Smith in the game. They went with a 3-man front on that last look, but now are back with the 4-man front here.
Smith actually a better rushing quarterback, I think, than Sims is. 75 rushing yards on the season. And a straight head handoff and swallowed up immediately that time. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. That's Tyson Williams with nowhere to go. 3rd and 5 from the 30-yard line.
And right now, these defensive ends for the Scots on both sides of the line of scrimmage are doing a really good job of sniffing that counter play out. They're avoiding the blocks, avoiding the pulling guards and tackles, and making plays at the line of scrimmage.
Big 3rd down here for Southwestern, trying to stay in this game. 3rd and 5 from the Scots 30. Trips to the near side. Back goes in motion. Smith looking, pumping, fires over the middle. Got a receiver and busted up at the last second. Waited a little bit too long, I think, TJ. He had him open, but the pump fake allowed the defender time to close.
Yeah, if he hadn't a pump fake there, would have gave the receiver just enough time to pull that one in and then take the hit. Unfortunately for him, not the case, and he takes a big shot right there. It's an old-school type of hit right there, Merle.
Yeah, Samuel Williams, the tight end, taking that shot. Pirates are going to go for it here in 4th down in no man's land at the 30-yard line. Trips to the near side. One receiver split out wide right. Dropping back. Smith, slant pattern, and batted away and incomplete.
Batted away, and it wouldn't have mattered. Our receiver stumbled coming out of his route, so likely would have been an incomplete pass anyway. So you basically burn the great return, go 3 and out. Now the ball goes right back to Maryville.
Emmanuel Liggett on the deflection there for the Scots with 6:28 to go here in this first quarter.
He also had man-to-man coverage on the outside. Would have liked to have seen a look that way just to see if his guy could beat his man. But now the defense got to get out there. You got to have a stop here, TJ.
Need one bad.
Yep.
Abner in the backfield alongside Rollins. Trips to the near side. Snap kind of floated back. Pass over the center of the field. That ball's in the air a long time and batted away. Good job. Was that DJ James?
Preseason All-American DJ James. Who else, Merrill? Going right in there, making a great play on the ball. The receiver kind of slipped by him, but you saw it there, the recovery from James, the ability to turn your head around, make a play, not just with the receiver, but on the ball. He knocks it down and forces a 2nd down play here.
2nd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Stops the clock with 6:21 to go in the opening frame. One receiver left, 2 to the near side for Rollins. Abner stays in the game at running back, and he's going to get the carry around the left side. Looking for running up to the 34 and shoved out of bounds at about the 34 or 35-yard line. First man there, Jameer Martin, sets up a 3rd down and about 6.
And Martin there fighting through the block of that pulling tackle. Impressive work there. Typically, if you're a safety, happen to go up against a left tackle like that pulling around, it's not going to go well for you. But right there, Martin fights right through the contact and makes the tackle.
Got him in 3rd and long. Got to get him off the field here. 3rd down and 6 from the Scott 34-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side for Rollins. Rollins dropping back in pressure, and he is going to get free, and now he's going to go down. The Pirates just kept coming. Reminded me of that scene in Saving Private Ryan where the Germans just kept coming when they were fighting in the cemetery, like 3 or 4 pirates.
And right there, Rollins just had so many Pirates coming right there, and there was really nowhere for him to go. He tried to get out of it, but the Pirates, like you said, Merle, just swarming in on that pocket, just taking the life out of it and creating the sack.
You know, that's huge, not only in terms of this game, but just in confidence.
Yeah.
It shows that they can stop these guys. And they got the stop in the first series.
They did the first series. They got one there. They're doing a good job here just limiting the explosive plays, at least in terms of what we're seeing on those drives.
That punt is going to roll forever. Didn't get more than maybe 30 feet in the air, but it had spin on it. It rolls all the way down to the Pirate 23-yard line. But Southwestern gets it back with 4:56 to go in the opening quarter. Trying to put together an offensive drive.
4th time already the Pirates are going to have the ball here in this first quarter. Kind of unheard of when you think about how high-powered both offenses have been throughout this year. Just having these many opportunities for the Pirates, you got to put points on the board somehow, some way. And I know that's what Jackson Sims and Jacob Smith are telling their teams going out there.
And in that quarterback for this series is
Smith.
Smith, yep. Smith with Williams in the backfield.
Somebody's got to make a play here.
Handoff Williams right side out to the 25, up to the 30, and diving forward out to about the 32-yard line. Know who we haven't seen yet today, TJ, is Devin Baylor.
And Devin Baylor, we haven't seen him on the return team. We haven't seen him in the backfield. We hadn't got any information in terms of the injury report with him, but you never know.
7-yard pickup for Williams, 2nd down and 3, and now the officials are blowing it dead here for a second. Oh, they spotted it wrong. Cheated the Pirates out of a yard. 2nd and 2 from the 31-yard line. One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Williams in the pistol. And that was a busted play. Smith's going to try to run forward himself to the 35. Upended and WWE style drop to the turf. Good for a Pirate first down. You know what's good about that, though, TJ? He had him up in there. He could have body slammed. He let him come down.
Yeah, if he would have body slammed him, that would have definitely been a penalty. So he's probably a wise move there, just letting gravity do the rest of the work. But WWE, Merle? I thought you were a WWF kind of guy, WCW.
I get all those WWs confused. Dropping back, Smith. He did a nice job recovering after the busted play. Firing over to the right side, got a receiver open and caught to the 35-yard line. There he is, number 18 for the Pirates, Graydon Thompson. His first reception of the afternoon, and the Pirates back in business.
He's been relatively quiet over the past few weeks, Merle, but we know how good Graydon Thompson is. Multiple 100-yard receiving games throughout this year. Should have been player of the week in the conference in week 2, and he wants to make a statement here. A great pitch and catch there that puts the Pirates again in Scott's territory.
At the 35-yard line, they cross midfield again. One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Smith, handoff. Williams looking for running him and not going to find much. Going to lose about 3 or 4 yards. As that play was just doomed from the start.
It looked like offsides.
I thought so too.
Looked like they were flinching, but just able to get back just enough, I guess, from the ref's perspective.
Jacob Bourbon on the stop for Maryville. Loss of 3 officially, so 2nd down and 13 from the 38.
And even with the 3-man front there, Scott's able to sniff out that counter and make the tackle for a loss.
One receiver right, 2 to the near side. 2:50 to go, clock moving first quarter. Smith, handoff up the middle. Nope, Smith's going to keep himself around the left side. Trying to get the corner turn. He steps inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line. There's going to be a 15-yard penalty. They gave him 1, but they're not going to give him 2. Not when it's tackled 7 yards out of bounds. And it's your quarterback.
Yeah, I think it was more so the quarterback there. That's the boneheaded mistake there from Maryville.
And he was pretty pumped up about it,
Yeah, he was, yeah. Yeah, that was a senior. I'm not going to ID him, but that was this. I'll let the official do that. Senior making a freshman move right there.
And be hyped about it is another interesting aspect of that.
Late hit, defense, number 38.
Now he's like, whoa, what me?
They didn't flag the guy I thought they were going to flag. It was Jacob Bourbon.
No, 38's definitely the one that...
Yeah, that pushed him out and then got all hyped. And now he's the one throwing up his hands saying, what do you mean?
So first down, Pirates at the 16-yard line, inside the red zone for the first time.
Got to take advantage of this.
Absolutely. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Pass, right side, looking for Thompson, just off the fingertips. Man, oh man, incomplete. If Graydon Thompson is 6'2" instead of 6'1", that's a touchdown.
That was a great throw right there, just out of reach of Thompson. A perfect play call, beats this guy off man coverage. That's something Trey wanted to see earlier. Gets it there, but unfortunately just out of his reach.
Nice toss. Just needed a little bit more air underneath it.
2nd and 10 from the Scott 16-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Smith, draw play up the middle, and not much running, maybe a yard. One of the Maryville players got a hold of the jersey and slowed him up. Williams running like a tractor pull, just trying to pull that sled behind him. Didn't go very far. 2nd down, actually 3rd down, no gain, 3rd and 10.
And something interesting to look at is every time Maryville's gone to a 3-man front, they're bringing a linebacker down with the blitz, so that essentially just turns back into a 4-2 front. And so that's really just good for the linemen, but they're not able to pick it up yet.
Play action. Smith in trouble, rolling to his right, trying to get the corner turn, and will to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates. Boy, you talk about needing a spark.
No better spark than Jacob Smith there, Merle. Pocket breaks down. He gets out of it, runs past all the diving tackles. And what a job by his receiver, Reese Couture. He was open right at the 1st down marker, but once Couture realized Smith was going to scramble out and start running the ball, Couture turns around, gets a crucial block. Smith runs it in from 16 out, and the Pirates look to cut this Maryville lead in half.
Yeah, I really liked the decision there. He was quick on the decision.
Yeah, there was no hesitation. He was going to run it no matter what.
Got to use those legs.
Austin Hill for the PAT here. Try to make it a 7-point game. Low snap, good hold. Kick is up. Off the upright and no good. The low snap. Nice job by the holder just getting it down. It was Samuel Williams on the hold to get it down, but the kick off the upright. And the score stays 14-6 with 1:41 to go. Mark that down for later.
We always talk about how 1 point can make a big difference. We've seen it all year. I mean, the 2 losses for the Pirates this year, at least from a conference perspective, with TLU and Center, have come down to 6 points.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things that those points matter.
Pirates will take on Millsaps on the road next week. Millsaps right now losing to Berry 14-0 in the first quarter. Trey Grubb dancing along with Micah Rose. There are some things you just can't unsee.
I learned everything from TJ.
This is the true house of pain here, Merle. Jump up, touch the ceiling.
Let's hope the defense gets that kind of pumped up.
Got more rhymes than the Bible's got Psalms.
Boom.
Line drive kickoff is going to sail to the goal line. They're going to bring it out to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Nice burst up the middle and a good open field tackle there at the 29-yard line. And then a flag comes in late. Pirates are saying they've got the football.
And they do. I mean, but no ref has signaled it yet.
It was Teddy Orton on the return. We'll check the flag here.
They're not going to give the ball to the Pirate. Oh. Topside ref pointing to the Southwestern side of the field.
Ruling on the field as the runner was down prior to losing possession of the ball. During the return, block in the back, return team number 40. 10-yard penalty from the spot. First down, Maryville.
So the Pirates don't get the football, but they do pin Maryville back in their own territory after the block in the back call with 1:36 to go in the first quarter.
We'll definitely take that.
See if we can get some pressure in the backfield. You know, I'm always talking about that. Just make these guys a little bit nervous, a little bit uncomfortable, get them out of rhythm.
This will be the second drive in a row, too. Jalen Levine not back out there. That could be something for Chuck to try and find out before halftime.
Hint, hint.
So first down at the 10 for the Scots. Rollins rolling to his right, looking. Dumps it off underneath and complete to the 15 and dropped immediately, fumbled it out of bounds. They're going to say incomplete.
Never had control of it.
Beautiful job there on the coverage by DJ James, making contact immediately and jarring the football loose, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, James now with Martin back. he's just able to do a lot more. He had to do basically be the whole defensive secondary with Martin now, but now with Jameer back, James can do a lot more, at least on his side of the field, and we see it there making a great stop.
2nd and 10 from the 10. 91 seconds to go in the opening quarter. One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Rollins straight ahead handoff, looking for running room and not going to find much out to the 13-yard line. Secondary for the Pirates has struggled a little bit, but the interior run defense has been very strong, as Chris Cooper just found out on that carry.
Yeah, nothing more than 5 yards on each carry so far, and so that's been really good, at least from the interior defensive perspective. And now the biggest third down of the game coming up right here.
Yeah, 3rd down and 8. You got them pinned inside their own 15-yard line. Don't let them out of the cage here if you're the Pirate defense.
I like the crowd getting up and into it.
Homecoming weekend. Rollins in the shotgun. Dropping back. Good protection. Pump fake. Now the pocket breaks down. Rolls to his right. Looking back left. In trouble in the end zone. Gets back to the goal line. Just throws it up for grabs and a lot of contact, and that's going to be pass interference.
What?
And
after all of that.
Well, he just basically tackled him.
Yeah. Again, didn't get his head around. Same guy from the last time. And it's going to hurt the Pirates once more. Be a first down for the Scots. And it could have been, it looked like maybe a safety.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
Defense, number 11, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That might be the easiest call they've ever. Coach is unhappy with it. I wonder, maybe he thinks that the ball was tipped.
Yeah, it could have been.
Could have been.
There was a lot of contact on Rollins once he was throwing the ball. Yeah, and that's what Coach Carr is saying, that he thought the ball was tipped.
Got to put it behind you.
Yep. Maryville gets it at the 26-yard line after the penalty. First down and 10. Rollins looking left, fires over the left side, complete to the 37-yard line, out for about a 10-yard pickup and a first down. That was Zay Richardson on the reception.
Rollins pass complete to number 11, Joseph Cummings.
Yep. That time just taking what the defense is giving them. Playing way off.
They're starting to attack that top side of the field. It looks like now they're going to let the clock run down here in the first quarter.
So quarter number 1 in the books. Pirates have sort of ridden out the storm, if you will. They're going to trail 14-6 after falling behind 14-0. And we're going to send it down to the sidelines to Mr. Chuck Tracy, get his thoughts in the first half and see what information he's got for us, Chuck.
Jalen Levine is ready to go into the game. He just has not been put into the game. The running back, number 22, I believe his name is Baylor.
Yep.
Is that correct? He is suited up, ready to go on the field. I didn't talk to him, but he looks like he's just waiting to get put in the game. So it looks like they're either rewarding Tyson Williams or they seen something in the Maryville defense that they think Tyson Williams can take advantage of. But things seem to be going pretty well mood-wise down here on the sideline. I think, they realize there's work ahead for them, but there is a quiet confidence down here.
All right, thank you, Chuck.
Could you see if that ball was tipped?
Come again?
Did you see if that ball was tipped?
It did not look like it was tipped to me. It looked like the contact caused it to be a wounded dog. I still don't think it was catchable. It should have been no interference for that reason.
Oh, so that's where the argument came from.
But no, we haven't seen Devin Baylor or Devin Phillips. Now that Chuck
That's
mentioned
true,
that.
yeah.
So both Devins haven't really seen the backfield.
First down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Scott's now going from right to left with a bit of a breeze at their back. Handoff up the middle, now bounces to the right side and gets it up to about the 38, maybe the 39-yard line. A couple-yard pickup there, going to bring up a second down and 8.
Got to continue to stay stout in that defensive interior. You cannot get worn down as this game goes on. That's why the Scots want to continue trying to run the ball. It's not paying any dividends right now, but as the game goes on, they're going to keep running the ball, try and get this D-line tired out, and try and tire out the secondary so they can come out and throw it over top.
Chris Cooper on that carry. Second and 8 from the Maryville 39-yard line. Two receivers to the right, one to the near side. Rollins in the shotgun. Quick drop, looking, dumps it off over the middle, complete to the 46, and dropped immediately. Jameer Martin right there on the spot. But it is good for about a 7-yard pickup. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 from the Maryville 46-yard line.
Great coverage there, but just a better play call. You got man coverage from the Pirates and a simple out route there from the Scots. Gives them a good gain. Make it 3rd and short here.
Great crowd, as you would expect on homecoming weekend. Making a lot of noise on a 3rd and 1 from the 46-yard line. Rollins in the shotgun. Straight ahead handoff and going to have the first down and more. Bursts into the secondary. 45-40. One man to beat. Spins free 30, 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown Maryville. Chris Cooper broke through that line, and the second wave could not get there fast enough, and Maryville's back on the board again.
Sometimes in those short yardage situations, you know they're going to run it, and sometimes you psych yourself out just a little bit. It was a run play. It was a perfectly run counter to the left side, and there was no yellow jerseys in the hole. Touchdown Scots.
Yeah, that's one of those scenarios that if you can break through that, if they're playing the run full on and you can get through that, there's not going to be a lot of guys back there.
Yeah, because everyone's crowded in on that line of scrimmage trying to be the guy to make the play. And even with all that, the Pirates are not able to do so.
Pinkston for the kick out of the hold to Dewey Whaley. High snap, good hold, kick is up. And it's good. So 13:33 to go first half. Pirates down by 2 scores again, now 21-6. And we'll see if the offense can respond and keep them in this football game.
13:33 to go in the half.
Pirates have had a lot of opportunities here today, Merle. It's just a matter of putting the pass behind you and just trying to execute. We talked about the importance of executing on your assignments at the beginning of this game, and right now Maryville is just out-executing the Pirates.
Well, the killer there is when you had them pinned inside the 10-yard line, almost had a safety, and then you wind up with a pass interference instead.
Yeah, and even with that, it would have been an incomplete pass because it was underthrown quite a bit.
Yep. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. The reality is down by 15, but plenty of time left in this game. Pirates need to get a score and crawl back in it again as Jackson White set to kick it away. Kickoff over to the near side. Fielded at the 5, up to the 10, bounce to the outside, and a much better job this time by Maryville on the return. As they knock down Luke Martin for a short return that time. The Pirates will take over first down 10 at their own 17-yard line.
It's all right. I mean, it's quite chippy out there.
Yeah, it is. First time these teams have seen each other, so they're just trying to make a statement on both sides.
Spot the ball at the 16-yard line.
It looks like Jackson Sims coming out now, lead this Pirates offense.
And I also think I see Bailey, or no, that's Sims, number 6, pardon me. So Sims is in the shotgun, first down and 10 from the 17-yard line. Play action pass, looking, pass over to the right side, caught at the 26-yard line and stepping out of bounds. Nice pitch and catch, and pushing and shoving again as Graydon Thompson with his second reception of the ball game.
And another example there of the play action, setting up the passing game. Great at play action play there, called by Coach Mask, and Graydon Thompson finding himself open off the dig route.
And the offensive line giving him plenty of time to go through a couple of reads.
Second down and 2 from the 24. Sims, handoff, right side, and breaking free, and Williams hard-earned 3 or 4 yards out to the 28-yard line. It was enough for the first down. They had him slowed up, but he managed to break free and pick up the first down.
But we've seen it all year, Merle. It's hard to bring down Williams with just one body. Williams fights through the first tackle. You have to bring the whole unit down, essentially, to bring him down. And right there, a great example of it.
First down, Pirates trying to get things started again here. Couture on the near side. Low snap. Sims picks it up, flush to his right. Fires over to the near side and batted away at the last second. That was almost a sensational recovery, but a nice job by Grant Henderson to get in there at the last second and knock it away from Couture.
Almost a sensational pick, too, by Henderson.
True.
He came in there and Made a great play on the ball. Good job by Sims picking that one off the turf. Snaps today have been questionable.
2nd down and 10 coming up from the 28-yard line. 12:08 to go. Clock stop first half.
Well, you mentioned a lot of young talent on that offensive line.
And looked like another busted play. Sims going to take himself out across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Managed to pick up about 4 yards, but he was holding that ball out there, TJ, and nobody took it from him.
And if he turns the other way where Williams went, there was a huge hole on that left side because the offensive line was flowing to the right, and so that's where the whole defensive line went. So I don't know where the miscommunication was or where the breakdown was, but unfortunately for the Pirates, it could have led to a big gain had they been on the same page.
Does pick up 4, sets up a 3rd and 6 from the 32. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Sims dropping back, looking, and they're going to blow it dead. And Pirates are going to be marked off for 5 yards for a false start.
And you saw Maryville bringing a little bit of a blitz there. Haven't really shown much of a blitz all day, especially from that 4-man front. And there they bring just a linebacker. That's all they brought, and it was just enough to get the offensive line for Southwestern to jump.
So 3rd and 11 now back at the 27-yard line. One receiver left, one to the near side for the Pirates, trying to pick this up on a 3rd and long. Sims dropping back. Fade pattern, left side, got a receiver behind the defense, and it is batted away, incomplete. Tried to get it out to Graydon Thompson. He's beating himself on the helmet. He felt like he should have had that one. Looked like it may have gotten to the body and bounced off the shoulder pads or something.
And he had a defender right in his lap.
Yep.
Just great coverage there on the outside. But because of that false start penalty that pushed the Pirates back, the Scots knew it was a passing down behind the sticks. They only brought 3 with a 3-man front, and they could drop everyone else back in coverage, and that's a big reason why we see the Pirates not able to convert there on 3rd down.
So Lanham set the launch one into the stratosphere yet again. High, booming punt. Edmondson with the fair catch, called for and made to the 24-yard line, and that's where Maryville will start this drive. There's a flag down near midfield. Let's check that.
Weird area of the field
Yep.
compared to where the play was made. Maybe a hold on Maryville.
Here's the kick. Holding. Return team, number 45. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down. TJ
Bailey just booked his flight to Vegas. Speaking of Nostradamus.
You know, as a former offensive lineman, I know all about holding. So I'm an expert in that area of the game.
As a coach, you got to be really frustrated holding on a fair catch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Super far away from that fair catch. 25 yards away, in fact.
So Scots take over 1st down 10 at their own 15-yard line with 11:19 to go in the first half. Pirates cannot afford to fall behind any further in this game.
Yeah, this is a must-stop right here.
Handoff left side and pushing the pile out to about the 18-yard line. Gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Still going to
Abner
that
on the
game.
carry, and he's a little slow to get up.
Still going at that ground game. Still trying to move the line of scrimmage with that. Done a good job for him so far. I'd like to see them continue it.
They give him 4, 2nd and 6 from the 19-yard line. Rollins in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right and a stick. Rollins going to roll to his right, looking downfield, directing traffic, now firing over to the right side, behind the defense and incomplete. Ooh. He was open, man.
He told him, turn around, go straight, and he did. Just couldn't find him there with his arm. That would have been a big gain for sure. Maybe a touchdown, but definitely a big gain.
Instead, it's 3rd and 6 back to the 19.
Another big 3rd down play deep in their own territory. Pirates need to force the 4th down here.
Email is open, by the way, scupiratesfb@gmail.com. scupiratesfb@gmail.com. 3rd down and 6 from the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys.
Rollins in the shotgun. Dropping back, pressure coming to the edge, set up extreme play, and batted away. One of the big linemen got the meat hook up there and swatted it down.
Number 92, Braden Cundiff, Merrill, the sophomore defensive end, went up there with the big meat hook, like you said, tried to pull it down. You thought maybe he was going to pull it down with a one-handed catch, but able just to bat it down on the screenplay. And a good job recognizing the screenplay by him.
Absolutely. That screenplay actually had some green in front of it. So
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
That time Southwestern was bringing the blitz. They were bringing pressure, and it would have been a first down, no doubt.
Rugby style punt again, and it's high punt. Angles over to the far sideline and rolls. Stays in bounds, of course, all the way down.
Wow.
Man, oh man, all the way down to about the 10-yard line to the 9.
Talk about walking the tightrope. It would have bounced
I
out
know.
of the 35, the 40,
Oh,
and
Lord.
went all the way down to the 9-yard line.
Looked like one of those plays in baseball where the guy bunts and it rolls all the way along the baseline and just stays there until it rolls dead.
It looks like me at Mel's bowling alley, just trying to hit the 7-10 split. Putting a nice little curve on the ball.
Boy, that's a tough break. If that thing should have bounced out of bounds to the 30-yard line. Instead, the Pirates take over first down and 10 at their own 9.
We'd like to see them maybe overload that left side and try to put pressure on him. He's always rolling to his right.
Yeah.
And he takes some time.
Spot ball at the 9-yard line, first and 10 Pirates.
Sims back out there here,
Man.
too.
Yep.
Long
Along with
punt.
Sims along with Williams in the backfield. One receiver left, 2 to the near side. First down, Pirates at their own 9. Play action. In trouble and going to be sacked. Won't be a safety. They should give him forward progress at the 2, but great penetration that time by the Maryville defense.
And somehow Tyson Williams ended up with the ball.
93 is a big fella.
Rolling on the field, his forward progress was stopped by the runner.
And that was, again, nothing crazy going on up front. Just a simple 4-man rush. Just enough to mess with this Pirates offensive line, this young offensive line, and make the play in the backfield, the first sack of the game.
Lost to 7.
Yeah, it looked like somebody made the wrong pick on who to block.
Second down and 17 from the 2. Got to be careful here. Hand off, and they're not going to get out of the end zone. That'll be a safety for the Scots, as Tyson Williams never had a chance.
And right there is just an example of beating your guy right at the start of the snap. Number 95, Mark Collier, coming right across the face of that right tackle, making the solo tackle in the backfield. That's just not what you needed for the Pirates offense.
And it all goes back to that punt. That put him behind the hole and in the sack, and
37 seconds.
it's now 23-6, and the Pirates will have to punt it or kick it from the 20-yard line.
But we talked about it, the freshmen on these offensive line for the Pirates, so far, at least on that drive especially, doing themselves no favors.
Well, it's tough when you're backed up like that, and the defense knows more than likely you're going to run, and they do try to pass to cross them up and take a sack, and that made it even worse for them.
But the good thing, though, if you're a lineman, you know the play too. So
Right, that's true.
you have the ability to assume then, too, well, they're going to probably bring a little bit more this time. Let me dig my hand in the dirt a little deeper and try and make a better effort.
Well, Barry is being Barry. 7:30 to go second quarter. They are up over
Barry's
Millsaps,
beating Barry?
29-0. Barry is being Barry.
Oh, so to say, dang. I know Barry was good, but they're that good?
29-0 over Millsaps. Millsaps having a good season this year. They're 4-2 coming in, but
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game next week.
so the Pirates have the option to either punt or kick from the 20. They elect to kick. Wind looks like it's kind of shifted directions, now blowing from left to right a little bit. As the clouds are
Overcast,
rolling
too.
in, yeah. Lanham kicks it. Sails back to the 20, up to the 25, to the 30. To the 35, and a good job there by the Pirates.
Oh.
Fumble, ball's out. Southwestern's got it. Finally catch a break.
It's all part of the plan, Merle. All part of the plan. Just give them 2 points for field position. It's called a trade-off.
It's trade-off, that's right. I think that was 26 that came away with it, but I don't have a 26 on the roster. Did you? I'm kind of guessing at those numbers.
26 is Hudson Edom, a freshman running back.
A freshman running back on the offensive side of the roster. Wow.
Get in where you fit in, and right there, Edom just says, I haven't gotten a chance to get in the backfield in this year. I'm going to go do it on special teams.
Pirates got to take advantage of this. First down and 10 at the Scott 29-yard line.
Smith out
Smith back in a quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Williams. Nope, he's going to keep it himself. 25 to the 20. Cuts it back to the 15, down to the 14-yard line.
Exactly the type of play you need right there. A great first down play, 15-yard run from your quarterback. Get this momentum going offensively.
You know, Maryville really hasn't stopped Smith all day. I would just keep doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
First down, Pirates at the 15-yard line. In field goal range, but they're not thinking that here.
And it gets even more dangerous when you get into the red zone, just having the ability to run like that as a quarterback.
Tyson Williams in the pistol. Play action. Pass over the middle, and big hit there. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Thompson, squeeze it in there, but perfect timing. Check that. That was intended for Samuel Williams, the tight end.
And
Second down and 10.
They're telegraphing those throws a little bit too much, Merle. Kind of just looking the receiver a little too long, especially with those over-the-middle routes with the safety hanging over top. You have to look away just a little bit just to knock the safety off your scent.
Second down and 10. Thompson on the near side. Couturier far left. Smith dropping back, looking. Fade pattern, left side of the end zone. That ball is overthrown and incomplete. Sets up a third down.
Two back-to-back pass plays. Not doing yourself any favors here. Still now about to be third down coming up.
It also looked like he slipped coming out of his break there.
Yeah.
A couple of times now out there on the field.
All that rain last night. Probably wet conditions out there on the field.
That's a good point because the sun really hasn't had a chance to bake it off. Third down and 10.
It was raining hard last night here in Georgetown, Merle. Thunderstorms all night long.
Smith in the shotgun. Handoff. Nope, he's going to keep it himself and going to be stacked up at about the 12. So only a couple yards on that play. Sets up a third down and 7.
I think I would take the 3 points.
Yeah, I would too. It gets you back to within 14 at least.
Never thought I'd hear you say that, Trey.
But the offense is staying on the field so far. Big gutsy play here. Fourth down and 8.
Expect maybe a hard count here. Just try and get this defensive line to jump off sides, get some yards.
Trips wide left, one to the near side. Smith dropping back, looking. Pass right side and incomplete. Looking for a flag. I don't see one.
A lot of hand checking, Merle. He thought maybe he'd get one, but no.
Turnover on downs, so the Pirates unable to capitalize on the fumble recovery, just as they were unable to capitalize on the big return earlier. And credit the Scott defense with some of that.
Scott defense, they're staying stout. They're not, we say it all the time with our defense, bend not break. In that instance there, I mean, we've seen it all day. Maryville's just doing a really good job of taking what the Pirates give them and competing every single play.
8:09 to go first half, down by 17 still, 23-6. Rollins, handoff, up the middle, tripped up and falls forward to about the 15-yard line, gain of a couple of yards. That was Cooper on the carry.
Same play they scored on the touchdown earlier, counter play this time. The Pirates are ready for it. Linebackers flowing over top and making a stop 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
Second and 8 from the 15-yard line. Rollins bootlegging to his left, dumps it off underneath, complete here to the near side up to the 20 and knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. They dump it off underneath to Jalen McCullough, the tight end.
Just a perfect play design there, Merle. You have the motion man coming across your face. They've been using that as the pull man blocker all day. That time they fake the handoff going to the right side. Your motion man's coming to the left in the flats. Wide open and getting the first down for the Scots.
Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. This drive started at about the 12, I think it was. Two receivers right, one to the near side. Rollins play action again, looking. Great protection. Now rolls to his right. Being pursued over to the far side, and he is going to scamper out of bounds to get back near the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Good coverage downfield by Southwestern.
Great coverage there and a great job by Caleb Harmon chasing the quarterback out of bounds and not hitting him once he did step out of bounds, ensuring that it was for a loss.
Yeah, that counts as a sack.
Yeah, he must have stepped out of bounds earlier than I thought, because you're right. He's marked out of bounds at the 21-yard line. So 2nd down and 13 from the 21. Rollins dropping back, pass right side, and a sliding catch made out to the 31-yard line. Going to make it a manageable 3rd down and 3. Pass hauled in by Zay Richardson.
Again, just taking what the defense is giving you.
Playing soft coverage, the long 2nd down play, you kind of expect them to maybe try and get a little more in their face, but no, just soft man.
Thank you all for
work there. 10-yard gain to make it 3rd and short.
3rd and 2 from the Maryville 32-yard line. One receiver to the right, one to the near side. Rollins, high snap, dumps it off underneath, complete, and dropped immediately. Great job recognizing that play. That was Cam Roberson. First time we've called his name today. He was Johnny on the spot, TJ.
Cam Roberson in man coverage there. The Pirates, you don't typically see them do man coverage there on 3rd and short like that, but right there they were. It was a perfect play call because that was a tight end screen to the outside. Roberson on the tight end there makes the tackle for no gain, and the Pirates defense once again doing a great job of getting the ball back to their offense.
Luke Martin standing on his own 30-yard line awaiting this punt.
We have overloaded the left side.
Good snap back. Yeah, because the rugby-style punter heading that way. Gets it off, and it takes another death roll. Inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. It was at 33, 43, 53, 50, 8 yards, no return.
Look at him adding that quick, TJ.
I didn't even use my fingers and toes that time.
Always says that UT degree never gave him any math skills, but here we are.
Big opportunity here. If they can get down and get some points, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
It almost feels like just for morale purposes they have to put points on the board.
Yeah.
Offense really struggling so far to move the ball. Other than that one drive, we were able to put 6 on the board.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I went conservative on you and wanted those 3 points.
Smith back in a quarterback. He's going to swing to the right side, complete on the edge, up to the 15. And not much running room hit there at the 18-yard line as they dump it off underneath to Williams out of the backfield for a short gain.
Had all 3 defenders blocked on the outside, but Williams just tried to go back in, and typically it's not what you want to do on those type of plays when you're trying to swing it outside, get all the way out there, and if he would have, I think he would have had a lot more yards to gain.
Picks up 1, so 2nd and 9 from the 18-yard line.
I'd like to see Smith's legs do something here.
And he's going to bootleg to his left. In trouble, and he's going to be sacked to the 10-yard line. Oh, somehow got free and threw it away to the sideline.
And that will not be grounding because he was out of the pocket.
That's
it was
right.
beyond the line of scrimmage.
Boy, Saban, that's going to be the best incompletion of his career so far.
Quarterback was out of the pocket and got the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. 3rd down.
He's doing my job for me down there, huh?
Whoever had him wrapped up is really mad at himself because he let a sure sack get away.
That was just a great athletic play by Smith.
He wanted to see him use his legs. He had to out of necessity there, but used his arm to do most of the magic there, too.
So 3rd down and 9 coming up from the 18-yard line. Dropping back, looking, dumps it off underneath, and falls incomplete on the carpet. Just having to get rid of the football. It's going to bring up a 4th down. The Pirates have to punt it away.
And just like the Maryville screen, that screen was wide open, Merle. The lineman got the block on the linebacker. All they would have had to do was just catch and run and get the 1st down. And fortunately not the case for the Pirates. Another 3-and-out upcoming.
Just a little soft on the throw.
And he felt the pressure.
But he should have caught it, though.
Yeah,
it was right in his hands.
You expect the pressure like that on screen plays especially.
Yep.
Beautiful punt again. We have seen some punting here today, if nothing else. That one sails all the way back to the 25-yard line. To the 30 and up to the 35. And Pirates swarming to the football. 3 or 4 yellow shirts there to knock down the return man. And Maryville will take over 1st down 10 at their own 35-yard line. 4:05 to go first half. Pirates trail 23-6.
No one comes to these games or watches these broadcasts to see punts, Merle.
I know.
Except for the punters' moms and dads.
I'm trying to spin it as best I can.
Those fans from Maryville didn't make the drive all the way from Tennessee to see a punt.
First down and 10 for Maryville at their own 36-yard line. Rollins in the shotgun. Center and Trinity tied 7-all, by the way, is around the right side for a big pickup. Gain of about 12 yards on the play, going to bring up a first down and 10 again.
Jay Abner just finding the crease on the outside. That right side of the offensive line has done a really good job of securing the corner all day, allowing those outside runs and those outside sweeps to get a lot of yards. We see another example there.
Yeah, the offensive line and their defensive line just controlling the line of scrimmages.
At the 49-yard line, first down and 10. Play action. Rollins, fade pattern right side behind the defense and juggled and almost caught. Pirate defender closed at the last second and poked the ball away from Richardson. That was close.
Yeah, the ball was caught, but the defender from Southwestern just stuck his arm in there to knock it out and did just enough to get it out of the reach of the receiver. Great job there downfield, preventing the big play.
So Trinity and Center College tied 7-7, started the second quarter down in San Antonio.
Oh, wow, that's a kind of unexpected score
Yeah.
there.
Total yards 172 to 32. That's more like it. And in the backfield, Pirates are going to swarm and knock down Abner. He kept dancing and trying to get away, but there was nobody going to let him go, and it was Chooks will finally bring him down.
Yeah, you had Marion Williams-Jack get in there first. He beat his guy off the block, and once he got in there, he didn't make the play. Chooks, like you said, did. He did just enough, though, to stop Abner, not let him go anywhere, and let people like Chooks come and finish it off.
Third down and 13. Chance to get off the field here. Get the ball back one more time before halftime. Third and 13 from the 46. Rollins dropping back. Pass batted away. You can't get to him, TJ. Get your hands up in the air. That's the second series a Pirate defensive lineman has got a hand up and knocked the football away.
And who else but your favorite one right there, Chooks, doing it again this time, though, jumping up, knocking that one down out of the air. And another example of the Pirates defense coming through for their team, getting the ball back. Now the offense with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left will probably be around 2 minutes and 35 seconds. They got to put points on the board.
Yes, they do.
Would like to see some more creativity on offense. Try some different things.
Oh, whoa. Top of the screen, false start.
Yeah, false start. That'll push him back 5 yards. I also noticed, TJ, they are on the far hash. This punter likes to roll to his right. Well, this is a different punter, though. This is not the rugby guy. No, it is the rugby guy.
Say the body type looks the same.
That sounded like my play-by-play calling right there, too. Whoa.
Especially on kicks.
So we'll see. He doesn't have a lot of room to roll to his right if he wants to try to do that.
He will.
Yeah, more of a traditional punt this time, and look at the difference.
So you got to be a rugby punter then. So that's the game plan. Put him on the far hash every single time, and he won't be able to punt.
Yeah, that one makes up for a couple of beauties earlier in the ball game. Southwestern, again, with good field position.
I didn't come to see punts, but I'll look at punts like that every single day if it helps the Pirates.
Oh, yeah.
So first down, 2:41 to go. Pirates with all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, Michael and I were once doing a semi-pro football game where the punter, it was a wide receiver that came out to punt because nobody could punt the entire game. The guy came out there, kicked it straight up in the air, and walked straight off the field.
He had to go do his day-to-day job after that, probably. He's probably an insurance salesman. Semi-pro football.
That's right.
Dropping back. Oh, hit, fumble. That might be a fumble, and looks like Maryville's got it.
Just got in the backfield so quick.
Man, so fast.
Beat his guy off the ball, off the snap.
I think Sims is hurt. Getting up slowly.
Nowhere for Sims to even go off the blindside tackle.
I'm sure he's mad at himself that the ball came out, but like Trey said, he got there so fast.
He caught the ball, turned his shoulders, got hit. There's nothing he can do on that. Again, we've talked about how young this offensive line is, and we're seeing just the importance of having depth at that position is, at least in the past few drives, costing the safety earlier. And now, after having great field position here with 2 minutes and 41 seconds left, giving the ball up on the fumble.
So the Scots have it. They have 3 timeouts of their own with the 2-minute timeout. Handoff Cooper, cuts it back up to the 45 and dives to about the 41, gain of about 3 yards on the play. And getting up from the bottom of the pile for the Pirates is Cesar Navarro.
Now you're calling upon your defense again to make another stop after just coming off the field.
Well, and if they can get him to 3rd and long, you might see a timeout.
2nd and 8, they give him 2. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Rollins rolling to his left. Now back to the right, firing over to the center of the field. Got a receiver behind the defense, caught, touchdown. Steph Carter beat 2 Pirates. Good protection, and Rollins made him pay for it.
We've seen it all day. The rollout, trying to make a play in the deep down the field, hasn't really worked for Rollins other than one other time. But that time there, finds the receiver Carter wide open, his favorite receiver at that. And nothing for Carter to do other than catch it and walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Scots.
You got to give it to him. That was a great pass.
Yeah, right in the money.
44-yard dart.
29-6 as Maryville makes the Pirates pay for the turnover. They've already had a scoop and score in this game. And the extra point is a little wobbly, but he got it through. So 30-6 now with 2:01 to go.
They've gotten us quiet.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating, to have something go your way and then one play later.
Yeah.
And the defense has to go out there and do it again.
It's the lack of execution offensively, being able to just maintain your blocks, do your assignment in the backfield. Because our receivers, they really haven't had too many chances to make plays down the field.
Mm-mm.
And the center's the one that's calling those, right, in terms of...
Typically, it is the center, and that's the importance of having a older center who knows kind of the formation, things like that. But if these younger guys still don't understand those calls, they may not have gotten a lot of play calling or practice throughout the week. I mean, we talked about how one of the offensive linemen went down on Thursday. So it's just one of those things that if you don't have that practice, it'll hurt you.
Line drive kick, and that one's going to bounce out of bounds.
Another opportunity.
Yeah. And because we didn't touch the ball, clock stays at 2:01. We'll still have the 2-minute timeout.
Halftime, Berry leading Millsaps 29-7. Millsaps getting on the board before halftime.
First down, Southwestern.
Later this afternoon, Sewanee taking on Rhodes in Tennessee. That gets underway in about just under an hour.
All right. See what our offensive line can do here.
Trips to the left, one to the near side. Sims stays in at quarterback. Swing pass, right side, off the fingertips and incomplete. And that will bring us to the 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
That time a little quick hitter.
Yeah. We just said receivers haven't had too many chances, but right there, Couture, a chance to make a play, not able to bring it down.
Yep.
Well, we will be off for the next 2 weeks. The Pirates won't be, but they've got 2 out-of-state road games back-to-back at Millsaps and at Rhodes. So we'll be back to close out the season, 3 weeks from today against Berry.
November 15th.
November 15th. That one's going to be a tough one, too.
And definitely not easy going up against Berry. Conference champion last year. Lost to Maryville last year, like you said, in the first round of the playoffs. So it's going to be a good contest. Like we said, great football here in this conference. Not only that, just great competitiveness throughout the entire conference in all the sports. I heard Coach Crystal talk about it earlier. Volleyball team beat Trinity last night. They're ranked number 9 nationally. Last night, men's soccer beat Millsaps 7-0. Men's soccer is undefeated in conference right now. So a lot of great things happening, a lot of competitiveness in this conference, and that's what we hoped by going to the SAA.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line after the 2-minute timeout. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Sims in the shotgun. Low snap, plucks it off the carpet, pass left side, complete to the 40, and out diving near the first down marker. I think it might be just a yard shy. Pirates trying to go fast.
Finish pass, complete.
Good catch made there by Christian Murray.
To number 10, Christian.
Give him 9, third down and 1 from the 44-yard line.
Big third down play here. Got to get this first down.
Swing pass right side, complete to the 50 to the 45. Stumble trying to get out of bounds, and they got him out of bounds. Nice job by Murray. You talked about that turf, TJ. He slipped and was falling forward, but managed to dive out of bounds at least to stop the clock.
Just was able to get. I was worried that was going to get tipped.
Yeah.
Or picked off. That was a dangerous pass, but luckily Murray was able to get that one.
Yeah, that linebacker read that perfectly.
There would have been no one in front of him had he got a pick.
Two receivers left, one to the near side. Pirates on the move again to the 45-yard line. The yardage isn't going to look bad. Dropping back, looking pass. Got a receiver open to the 25 and down to about the 21-yard line. A big stick. Surprised they didn't do a targeting call there because he really kind of limited the upper body. And the Pirate receiver shaken up.
Yeah, with that hit, he was going
Murray
down,
again.
trying to get the possession. Good job by him just holding on to the ball with that.
He took a shot, Christian Murray, the freshman out of the Kincaid School in Houston, SPC powerhouse.
And you hear the Pirate crowd, they're mad that there wasn't a flag on that one.
Yeah, I thought that should have been. .126 to go in this first half. Pirates looking to get some points on the board before halftime. We'll get the football to start the second half.
It looked like they kept somebody in the backfield there to give a little bit of an extra block.
Yeah.
So he had a little bit more time to get rid of that ball there.
That's what you got to do. If your offensive line isn't doing what they need to do, keep that running back in. More often than not, they're not going to make too much of an impact in the passing game. Keep them in as an extra blocker to make your offensive line a little bit stronger.
Well, and just allow that route to develop. But, yeah, he got popped.
Sitting up now, so that's good to see. Coach Creasel out with the training staff. I'm not sure how he held on to the football.
Yeah. I think for him, he was already going to the ground, so that was just able to kind of just stay on top of it as much as he could. And that's what Coach Creasel was saying there, like, hey, what's going on? Like, how are you not calling a play like that? Wide open, over the middle, he's defenseless, and the defender comes in, crown of his helmet. Ooh.
Yeah, the official just made it worse by saying there was no targeting, and the Pirate fans let him know about it.
I don't know how you consider the receiver a runner there.
Yeah.
He didn't take any steps. He just
that's a bad call.
The bad call.
And Coach Creasel's saying, hey, do better. Do better out there. And I agree.
Good news is the Pirates have the football. They wind the clock here. First down 10 at the 26-yard line. Sims dropping back, being flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right, and fires over to the near side, and incomplete.
Quarterback was outside of the pocket.
He likes to explain himself quite a
Do we
bit.
need
He does, yeah.
explanations after every play?
He's a talkative guy. Second down and 10 from the 26-yard line.
It's like, I promise I'm doing a good job.
So I know I love to hear myself talk, but I usually know when to keep quiet. This guy.
Got to get some yards here, TJ.
Yeah, need
Got to
it.
have a positive play.
And with 1:13 left, you have all 3 timeouts. Your whole playbook is at your disposal at this point.
One receiver left, trips to the near side. Sims in the shotgun, Williams to his right. Dropping, pressure coming, steps up, fires over the center of the field, and incomplete. Heard the footsteps coming in quick. He had a receiver open, just had to get rid of the football too fast. Third down coming up.
His tight end, Sam Williams, beat the linebacker off the in route,
Yeah.
but just overthrew Williams. Williams didn't even put a hand up. That's how bad it was overthrown.
So third and 10 from the 26-yard line.
I mean, that's one of the things you always try to tell your quarterbacks, no matter how many times you've been sacked, no matter how many times you've been rushed, you got to stick it in there. You got to move forward. Don't let it get your eyes down.
Third and 10 from the 26, dropping back. Pass, left side fade pattern towards the end zone, and incomplete through the arms of the receiver who had to do a complete 180. Cotrier, intended target was looking over his right shoulder. He had to look back over his left shoulder to make an over-the-shoulder attempt.
Yeah, those types of catches are so difficult to make, especially when you have a helmet on. Willie Mays, he did it at the Polo Grounds, but he didn't have a helmet on.
That's right.
So it's very difficult to contort your body like that, focus on the ball going into your hands, especially when you're also having to deal with an out-of-bounds marker.
And a 200-pound guy with bad intent coming up behind you. 4th and 10 from the 26-yard line.
Yeah, it also looked like Sims threw that a bit early. He's got to stick in and stay in there.
And now whistle's blowing. It's going to make it 4th and 15.
False start. Offense, number 73, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And I'm surprised with the young guys out there. We actually haven't seen more of that.
Yeah.
Although I might like to see that rather than the missed block assignments.
I would rather see false starts than sacks and fumbles.
Yeah,
and all
right,
that.
for sure.
So 4th and 15 now from the 26-yard line. They got to get it down to about the 11 to keep this drive alive. 1:03 to go. One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Sims dropping back, stepping up, in trouble, breaks free, hit and stays on his feet and fires it and throws it incomplete to avoid the sack. But just too many bodies coming in. Was Bryce Curie finally there to escort him out of bounds, forced a bad throw. And it'll be another turnover on downs.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't just try to get that to the end zone and just give his receiver a shot at it.
Just just give your team the ability to maybe make a play, especially on 4th down. Maybe just Sims, he tried to do that and just couldn't pull it across his body.
Well, we've seen how explosive this Maryville offense is. They still have just under a minute to go in all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, you got to stay ready here for the Pirates defense. They could score in an instant.
Yeah, this is 4th possession with 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah. Rollins dropping back. He's not satisfied. Dumps it underneath. Oh, beautiful job on the open field tackle.
Oh, Coach.
Yeah, calm him down.
Well, you don't want your fans nor your players clapping when somebody's down.
Right. It was a great stick.
I mean, if he'd have gotten up right away,
sure.
Then we start yelling and hooping and hollering.
Jalen McCullough. I don't know if it was a TLU player or a Trinity player. I would have been okay with it for a little bit.
Injured receiver is getting up and walking off the field under his own power. Jalen McCullough, as TJ pointed out. 2nd down and 10. That was perfectly timed.
Well, a lot of times that's the wind
Anderson
getting knocked out of you, and if anybody's had the wind knocked out, it's no fun.
So Anderson with the stick, 2nd down and 10. Rollins rolling to his right, fires underneath, and caught at the 49-yard line. Runs out of bounds to stop the clock.
Just had the
nice catch by Steph Carter.
The big stick play there, and now you give it right back to him, even more yards.
These wide receivers run really good routes. It's understandable this team is one of the better teams in the conference.
1st down, 10 to the Pirate 49-yard line, dropping back, looking. Rollins going for it at the far sideline. A lot of pushing and shoving and no flags. Feet got tangled up.
Receiver just pushed the defender.
He did.
Away there. You thought maybe you get a call. The ref was looking right at it.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Maryville coming in after their first loss of the season. They lost 31-21 against Millsaps last week. And you look at these guys and say, how did they lose?
I have theories. None that I can say on this broadcast.
Dropping back. Over the middle of the field, complete to the 35. Spins free to the 35 still and wrestled down, and that's where he'll stay. But a nice pickup of about 13 yards to Steph Carter again.
So Maryville's been beating the man coverage. So what does Southwestern do? They go to zone. Right there, sitting in a cover 3, and right there, a wide open receiver over the middle of the field in that zone coverage. So Pirates right now getting dissected in the secondary.
That zone coverage has been tough for Southwestern going back to the opening game against McMurray.
Yeah, and that's why we went to man,
right?
And especially in that TLU game, but it's just been something that we haven't been able to cover pretty efficiently. And so when we go back to zone, it just turns into the whole thing.
Well, I didn't say it at the time, but I definitely would have gone for the field goal. I think you got to try to take points when you can get them in this kind of game.
Yeah, would have been 30-12. Let's say if we make both of those field goals that we decided not to take.
First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Scots have 2 timeouts remaining and 35 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, you got to keep them out of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Just for morale purposes heading into the locker room for
Right.
halftime.
How about a pick six?
I'd go with that.
I'm cool with it.
So trips here to the near side for Rollins. Dropping back. Pressure coming from the edge. Picked up. Now flushed out of the pocket to his right. Flag comes down. This will be holding as he throws that one into the visiting bleachers across the way. So do you want second? Now you're going to push him back 10 yards here.
I think you try and push him back, and also, wouldn't it be a 10-second runoff too? Or is that only in the fourth quarter?
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Guess only in the fourth quarter.
Guess only the fourth quarter, yeah. I've never been 100% certain on that runoff rule when it takes effect. But with the clock more of a factor than the down and distance, I think you definitely take the 10 yards there.
Mm-hmm. Just to, if anything, make it more difficult for this high-powered offense to put points on the board.
So first and 20 now back at the Pirate 45-yard line. One receiver right to the near side for Rollins. Dropping back, looking, pressure coming up again, and that ball is underthrown because there were 3 Pirate defenders converging on Bryson Rollins. Sets up a second and 20 from the 45 with 25 seconds to go in the half.
Just got to keep everything in front of you here if you're the Pirates. Don't want to give up big plays here. You don't want catches of more than 10 yards. You see that receiver wide open. You got to stick with him a little bit longer.
Second and 10. Clouds rolling in. It was a sunny day when we started. Storms expected later this afternoon into the evening. Rollins dropping back, now bootlegging to his left. That's got to be another hole, but they don't call it. Throws it up for grabs over to the far side and incomplete. Good coverage and good pursuit. And this is Trey's favorite words, getting pressure on the quarterback. They're getting pressure on the quarterback this series.
And they're able to do that, too, because right now Maryville's trying to get these longer developing routes, and their offensive line isn't staying with their blocks. With this defensive line so senior heavy, so veteran heavy, they're able to get off those blocks quickly and put that pressure on the quarterback that Trey loves.
18 seconds left. Third down and 20 from the 45. Dropping back again, Rollins. Pressure comes, trying to set a screen pass, and Abner fell down.
Turf monster got him there,
Yeah.
Merle.
He's going to get ribbed for that.
Oh, yeah. He had 4 blockers in front of him.
It's another screen play that the Pirates, with a little bit of help this time, defend well.
That could be a meme put up on the film, in the film room.
So fourth down coming up.
Be our 5th possession in 3 minutes.
Unheard of type stuff.
Nobody back.
Pressure coming and a low kick. That one's going to land at the 15 and roll inside the 10. And, of course, it's going to be killed inside the 5-yard line down to about the 2.
I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that they take a knee and go into that.
With 2 seconds left.
Got to be a very short knee here. It's got to be one of those Dak Prescott knees where he just goes right back into the center.
Yeah, my assumption being that you would be under center for it.
Well, a boisterous crowd when we got here. They're pretty quiet right now. 30-6.
Well, if they'd have kicked field goals. No.
They're just shocked above all else. They saw how competitive this game was looking at the beginning.
Yeah.
How good the defense is playing, with offense just creating a lot of questions themselves that are not going right.
Sims got to make sure he gets out of the end zone on this play. He's standing on the goal line. And they're going to flinch and make it even closer to the goal line.
Ouch.
This is the end of the first half.
All right, so there's your roll-off, I guess.
No, they made the play. There was
I did
flag.
make the play. I thought,
Yeah.
well, I saw the guard kind of flinch. I thought maybe it was an offside procedure, but. All right. So Chuck has got Coach Griesel down the sideline. Take it away whenever you're ready, Chuck.
Okay, Coach. handful of big plays by the Maryville offense and some missed opportunities for your Pirates there in the first half. Give us your thoughts for that first half.
We're playing a really good football team, and we talked about it in the beginning when we talked about pregame. We said you can't give up big plays on defense, and you got to take care of the ball on offense. We didn't either. So we played really good defense. They have 6 punts. This punt's like times a game. So we forced them to punt 6 times, which is great. But at the same time, we've given up 3 touchdowns because of big explosive plays, and we turned the ball over and put it on the ground in a bunch of different ways. So again, you're not playing a clean game. We're doing some really solid things on defense. Had a few things going on offense, but we're not capitalizing on their turnovers, and they're capitalizing on theirs. And there you go. That's a 30-6 ball game.
All right. Good luck in the CNF,
Thank
Coach. There you are, Merle.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much says it all. And Maryville,
Yeah,
very good.
I didn't have a follow-up because he covered it all.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's in a hurry to get and talk to his team and try to settle them down here for the second half.
There's a positive that can come here in the second half, and that will affect this season as well as the program as a whole. But, you got to go out there and execute.
All right, Chuck, we'll enjoy the halftime, and we will see you in the third quarter. 30-6 your score, 20-minute halftimes here. Cheerleaders out on the field entertaining the crowd on homecoming weekend. And I guess we're going to step aside and take a break and be right back. 30-6 your score here. Pirates trail against Maryville at the half on homecoming weekend. Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. And welcome back to halftime here at Brookabach Field. 30-6 your score. Southwestern trailing against Maryville. It is homecoming weekend here for Southwestern University. So we're just going to turn it over to our PA for our halftime festivities.
He is the son of Miss Nicole DeLuna of San Antonio, Texas. Jose is majoring in biology on the pre-med track with neuroscience and studio art minors. He is the director of outreach and recruitment for the Southwestern VCO, is on the dean's list, is an inducted member of Alpha Chi and is a pledge for the Kappa Sigma fraternity. Ladies and gentlemen, Jose de Luna. Now arriving on the field from the south end zone is sophomore representative Mr. Ansh Tripathi. Ansh is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Ruby and Manisha Tripathi from Round Rock, Texas. Ansh is a theater and English double major. He is the mascot for Mask and Wig as well as the Rush co-chair for the Kappa Sigma fraternity. Our sophomore representative, Ansh Tripathi. Returning to the north end zone, we welcome Katie Brown. Katie was elected by the junior class and is from Austin, Texas. She is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Greg and Karen Mogul. She is a double major in biochemistry and German with a health studies minor. Katie is a member of EQUIP, Alpha Delta Pi, the American Chemical Society, the Panhellenic Council, and Alpha Phi Omega. She is also involved with the First United Methodist Church, the German Club, and Blood Cancer United. We salute Katie Brown. Approaching from the south is junior class representative Mr. Jackson Feuerbacher. He is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Brent and Paula Feuerbacher of Briggs, Texas. Jackson is a business major with a minor in applied movement and sports studies. Jackson is a member of the Kappa Sigma fraternity and SU Chorale. He has twice performed at the Mask and Wigs annual murder mystery event. He has served the Student Government Association for 3 years while currently holding the secretary position on the executive board. He's also been named on the dean's list. Ladies and gentlemen, junior class honoree, Jackson Feuerbacher. Looking to the north, we welcome senior class court member, Miss Elle Reed. Elle is the daughter of Mr. Philip Reed and Miss Stephanie Rowan of San Antonio, Texas. Her degree plans include a studio art major with a French minor. Elle is a member of the Alpha Delta Pi sorority, Judge Bunch, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the Girl Scouts of Southwest Texas. She also works in the Southwestern Alumni Association. To everyone, let's applaud senior class representative Elle Reed. Appearing from the south end, welcome senior class honoree, Mr. Gary M. Sunderland. Gary is from Georgetown, Texas. He is the son of Mr. Gary J. Sunderland and Miss Adele Hart. He will graduate with a dual degree in chemistry and biology. Gary has run in cross country and track and field for 4 years. He's been named on the 2024 and 2025 SCAC Academic Honor Roll. He's involved in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, College at the Stone, and Tuesday night worship. Let's pitch our greetings to Gary Sunderland, senior class representative. At the north, senior class awardee, Miss Claire Joubert. Enters the field, Claire hails from McKinney, Texas. She is the daughter of Mr. Philip Joubert and Ms. Tracy Costello. She will graduate with a degree in psychology with minors in business and art history. At Southwestern, she played on the women's soccer team and participated in the chess club. She's also been named on the dean's list. Welcome senior class court member, Miss Claire Joubert. Our final senior class member of the court is Mr. Johnny Sanchez, entering from the south. He calls San Antonio, Texas, his hometown. Johnny is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Danny and Teresa Sanchez. Johnny will graduate with a degree in anthropology with minors in race and ethnicity studies. During his Southwestern career, he's been involved in the Kappa Sigma fraternity since the spring of 2023. Please greet Mr. Johnny Sanchez, senior class court member. We invite our guests to welcome Miss Alexa Nunez as she enters the field from the north end zone for her coronation as Queen of the 2025 Homecoming Festivities. Alexa is the daughter of Miss Jill Nunez and Dr. Timothy Nunez, who is escorting her on the field. Alexa calls San Antonio, Texas her home. In May of 2026, Alexa will graduate with a degree in communication studies and minors in English and political science. Alexa has defined involvement at Southwestern. In addition to serving as president of the Delta 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 sorority, she is the communications chair for the Student Government Association. She also competes with the Southwestern's women's tennis team. Queen Alexa wears the cape of the homecoming royalty, a garment unique to Southwestern student body. It was created by Broadway costumer Miss Lindsay Kozlowski of New York, one of the original dressers for the hit Hamilton. To everyone present, we invite you to congratulate the Queen of Southwestern Homecoming, Queen Alexa Nunez. At center field, University President Laura S. Conley and Student Government Association President Andy Abel will crown Queen Alexa. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your 2025 Queen of Homecoming and her court.
Hey, Merle. Would you like? You want to come back and chat? We got 8 minutes.
We get the stats up? I finally got the stats up, yeah. I was thinking we can run the sponsors for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And then we can, maybe go longer than that. What about the 3-minute mark? We can come back and talk.
to express our appreciation to
Halftime wrapping up on homecoming weekend. 30-6 your score. Southwestern trailing Maryville. Merle Bertrand, T.J. Bala, Michael Rose, Trey Grubb, and J.C. DeLeon pinch hitting for Trey here in the second half. He'll take over the production duties. And Chuck Cracy down the sidelines. The stat numbers, call them up here. I had them, then I lost them again. There we are. 13 first downs to 9 in favor of Maryville. Total yards 84-29 rushing in favor of Maryville. And the receiving yards 170-92. So total yards 254-121. More than 2-1 advantage there, TJ.
Yeah, and it's really those rushing yards that kind of stick out because this Pirates team, as good as they've been through the air all throughout the year, it's been their rushing attack that has really been able to open up that passing game.
Right.
Only 24 rushing yards with this deep backfield that we've talked about all year long, and then you talk about the ability of the quarterbacks to run too. It's just shocking, and I think it's a testament not only to how good this defensive line and the linebacker core of Maryville is, but where we're missing some of those key spots in the offensive line due to injury. It's just hurting us on both sides, and that's why we find ourselves down here today.
Rollins at quarterback for the Scots, 14 out of 27 for 170 yards and a touchdown. He's been sacked once. For the Pirates, Sims is 5 out of 14 for 57 yards. Smith is 3 out of 11 for 35 yards. And the leading rusher for the Pirates, let me see if I can scroll it down here. Tyson Williams, 9 carries for 18 yards. Smith is the leading rusher, 4 carries for 32 yards. So the running game is just not working at all here for Southwestern.
No, it's really not. And for the Pirates here coming into the second half, you can really play loose. I mean, you're down 24 points right now. The only way to come back in this situation is by taking it one play at a time. So expect the Pirates offensively to leverage a lot of short, quick passes. That's going to give their quarterback time to get the ball out. Their offensive line doesn't have to sustain blocks as long, and that'll then start opening up the running game too. So it's going to be a big test here for the Pirates, but they're definitely up for it here in the second half.
Chris Cooper, 8 carries for 71 yards on the play. Carter, the leading receiver, 80 yards on 4 catches. Pirates will get the football to start the second half, going from left to right. And you're right, you just kind of forget the scoreboard. You're playing a very good team. Just move the ball down the field, get points on the board, and let the chips fall where they may.
Just play football. You've done this your whole life. Just play the game of football.
So the ball is in the air, and we're underway in the second half from Georgetown. And that one's going to go into and out of the end zone. Southwestern will take over first down and 10. Halftime, it looks like 10-7, I believe, is the score. Trinity against Center College. Wow.
Very, very surprising score down there in San Antonio.
Now the game we're watching, Millsaps trailing Berry now 36-7. That was late third quarter.
Not as surprising now.
All right, so here comes the Pirate offense. First down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Sun trying to burn through the crowds here. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the near side. And dropping back, pass complete out across the 30 and up to about the 33-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there for about 8 yards on the play. That one hauled in by Samuel Williams.
And again, another quick pass right there.
That's Smith in a quarterback? Yeah, Smith in a quarterback, I think. Dropping back, looking pass over to the center of the field. The same play this time to the left side. Breaking tackle across the 40 and to the 45. Shoved from behind out to across the 45 to the 46-yard line. So 2 short passes, mirror images of each other, and the Pirates move the chains, first down.
And if the Scots are going to stay in that zone coverage, you're getting to expect those short passes to continue to work just like what we saw there.
Williams on the receiving end of that one. First down and 10, Pirates at the 45-yard line. Smith. Zone read, straight ahead handoff. Big burst across the 50. Williams breaks free for the first time today and dives down to about the 37-yard line. That's the best run of the day by far for Tyson Williams.
And if you remember earlier in the first half, where there was a play where the offensive line went one way, there was a big hole to the right side, but Williams and Smith went the wrong way themselves. That time, Williams goes the right way. He gets the handoff and gets the big gain off the play.
So first down and 10, Pirates on the move here at the 37-yard line. 4 receivers here to the near side. Trying to set up that screen pass. They do. Complete on the edge to Williams. Gets a block to the 35. Breaks a tackle 30. And out of bounds to the 25-yard line. That's what you wanted to do the first time they ran this play, TJ.
It really was. And you saw the blocks develop again. They just let the defenders come right into their chest. And right there, you saw exactly why that's so important. Williams gets the outside, gets the big gain. Another first down for the Pirates.
1st and 10 at the Scott 24-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Receiver comes in motion, handoff right side, looking for running room, and Williams is not going to find it. And he's going to lose yardage back to about the 26-yard line, a loss of 2. That play just took too long to develop. A good penetration by the Maryville defense.
And we'll see how the Pirates respond, Merle. Every single time the Pirates today have had a negative play on first down that has made their drive stall out.
Right.
It's led to points left out on the field. And we'll see here how the Pirates respond.
Trips wide left, 1 to the near side for Smith. Play action. Oh, he's going to be sacked. Did a great job just hanging on to the football.
He just held on to the ball way too long right there.
And a big loss all the way back to, where they're going to spot it here, at the 33-yard line. Looked like Ty Ferguson in on the stop.
But because of that negative play on first down, we have to go to a longer developing route. That leaves more time for the defenders to get to the quarterback in the pocket. And right there, the defender came free on the outside. No one picked him up. Made the play on the quarterback.
3rd down and 17 from the Maryville 34-yard line. Smith dropping back and threw it low and behind his intended target. That'll set up a 4th down. Pirates will go for it here in no man's land.
And again, you kind of have the sack in the back of your mind there. If you're the quarterback, there was a blitz coming, but unfortunately for him, there was no one that were going to hit him, but because he had that sack in the back of his mind, wasn't able to make an accurate throw.
So it brings up a 4th and 17. Can pick up the first down at the 14-yard line of Maryville.
Try and get maybe a pass interference call, too, to give you a free set of downs.
Smith dropping back. Fade pattern, right side. Got a receiver open, and it is almost intercepted. Great coverage. Stride for stride with Couture was Grant Henderson, and he actually turned around, made a nice play in the football, and knocked it away.
If Couture works back into the ball, that may have been just enough because there was a little bit of contact there.
Right.
It may have been just enough to cause a pass interference call. Not what's what happened, though. Good stop there by the Scots, and they'll get the ball back here with 11:48 left in the 3rd.
Boy, good drive for Southwestern. March it right down the field until that negative play happened. Now the Scots take over first down, 10 at their own 34-yard line. 11:48 to go, 3rd quarter. High snap, handoff right side. Cooper is going to be up to the 35, and that's about it, about a 2-yard pickup for Chris Cooper, the senior running back.
And those 2-yard pickups haven't really done much in terms of getting yardage on the stat sheet, Merle, but it's done enough to just say, hey, we're going to continue to stick to the ground game and then throw it later in the drive. And we've seen how effective that is for Maryville.
So 2nd down and 8 from the 35-yard line for the Scots. Rollins dropping back. Fade pattern right side. That ball is caught. Another perfectly thrown football with good coverage downfield.
Right on top of him, right in his hip, but just like you said, perfectly thrown ball, or his receiver could only get it. And a big change of the field there, and Maryville threatening already.
Zay Richardson hauling in yet another one. First down at the 33. Rollins, handoff up the middle, and inside the 30, pushing the pile forward to about the 29, 28-yard line is Cooper.
As long as you're getting positive yards on those first down plays, that allows you to get really creative in the playbook. It allows you to throw the ball deep on 2nd down plays like what we saw previously just a few plays ago. So Maryville doing a really good job of that on first down.
Harmon and Martin on the stop, but not before a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 9 from the 29-yard line. Hand off again. Oh, good job this time. Pirates stacking them up. First man there was Cesar Navarro. He got him around the knees and held on to the rest of the shirts could arrive. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 7 to go from the 31-yard line.
And that's a play this Pirates defense desperately needed, just to put a little bit of pressure here on Maryville as this 3rd down play is coming up. Likely 4 down territory too, though, if you're the Scots.
Right.
But getting a negative play there, at least on second down, helps this Pirates defense out just a little bit.
Third down, and call it 7 from the 31-yard line. That should be a flag. There's the flag, yeah.
Waiting on it. It was the delayed snap. He thought maybe they weren't going to call it. It was blind. It was pretty open there, pretty easy to see.
Susan Creasel writing in says, hello, Merle, TJ, and Trey. You guys do a great job broadcasting. We watch from Minnesota every week. We're coming down for the Pirates' last game of the season so we can watch the Pirates on person. Can't wait. That comes from Wally and Sue Creasel up in Minnesota. Good to hear from you folks, and be sure to stop by and say hi. I mean, I'm sure with Coach Creasel on the sidelines, you got some perks.
you got to have some.
I don't know if you want to waste them on us or not, but you got some perks that you must have.
They'll waste it on you, Merle.
Third down and 12. And they were off the races again. They don't flag this time. Over the middle of the field, complete to the 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone, touchdown. They got away with another procedure on that play.
Yeah, they did, and the refs aren't going to call it. That's unfortunate for the Pirates because that's a man beater right there. 2 crossing routes over the middle, easy to beat in man coverage. And for the Pirates, who were just not ready for it, I guess, leads to another touchdown.
Steph Carter hauling it in for yet another score, 36-6, with 9:19 to go in the third quarter. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. And it is through the upright. So 9:19 to go. Pirates come out with a good drive that stalls. Maryville takes over. They march it down the field and get more points on the board to open up a big 37-6 lead here.
And that's really been the story of the game, Earl. We've had drives where we're moving the ball down the field effectively, making great plays in the running and pass game, and then something happens. We get a negative play on first down.
Right.
There's a penalty. There's something that happens to where the Pirates then get into this trend of negative plays that leads to either a punt, a turnover, fourth down conversion that's not converted, and that's why we find ourselves down here by 31 points.
So 9:19 to go. Pirates just have to get something positive to build off of here heading towards the rest of the season.
Yeah, we don't want to look too far ahead. I mean, we still have a whole half here of football, but Millsaps, that's not going to be an easy game, but it is winnable. You got Rhodes, not an easy game either, but it is winnable too. And then Barry, definitely not going to be an easy game, but you never know any given Saturday.
Sun burns through the clouds at least one more time here as the kickoff comes from the 35-yard line, and it's going to sail into and out of the end zone. Southwestern will take over first down 10 at the 25-yard line. Yeah, it's a tough thing, and especially this is such a young group now with the injuries and that kind of thing. Excuse me.
Just going through some growing pains here, this young group. And, the athletic director, Ken Ralph, came in at halftime, talked to us a little bit. And he said, when we keep these guys here, and we'll have them here for a few more years since they're freshmen and sophomores right now, they're going to be good, but they're just experiencing these growing pains right now.
Smith stays in at quarterback. 2 receivers left, one to the near side. Handoff off right tackle, and not much running room there. And there's our first sighting, it looks like, of Devin Baylor.
Yeah. Surprising we haven't seen him yet.
Loses a yard in that play. Second down at 11, back at the 24-yard line.
Just talking about how young these guys are, Merle, you think about the importance of the next few games. You're also thinking about who's going to be your starting quarterback going into next year.
That's right.
So that's why these games are so important. Who's going to separate themselves from one another, whether it be Smith or Sims.
Give it to him again. Same look, same result. Losing another yard as Maryville just swarming to the football. And the man there to finally bring him down, Gavin Aldridge. Got back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 11 coming up.
Basically selling out on the run here was Maryville. They're just sniffing it out really well, reading their keys, and swarming to the ball.
So 3rd down, let's call it 12 from back at the 23-yard line. Smith dropping back. Pass over to the right side. A lot of contact. No flag. How can there not be pass interference? Coach Creasel is just absolutely disgusted.
He was like a monkey jumping him on his back right there. I mean, there was clearly pushing. Now there's a lot of jarring going back with Devin Baylor on the top of the screen here. Got to get him away from these defenders. Don't want a penalty there.
No.
I think
A little frustration there.
Yeah, Baylor's frustrated. It's his first time into the game, having to deal with that.
So Southwestern will have to punt it away again after the no pass interference call. And Chase Lanham set to kick it away. .807 to go, down by 31. Oh, he fumbled it and managed to get it away. It was tipped, so no flag on the contact, and it takes a Pirate roll all the way inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line.
Very lucky.
Very lucky indeed. Yeah, so here's the thing, Trey. We haven't really talked about the conference standings coming in. TJ. Barry's
at Trey already.
Barry's at 3-0. Maryville, Trinity, Millsaps, and Center all at 2-1, and the Pirates at 1-2. The point is, Maryville is not going to take the foot off the gas.
No, they're going to need to put points to the board, especially when you start thinking about when they go visit Trinity,
right?
When they have to go see Barry. I mean, it's one of those things that if you get a tie, a three-way tie, you're going to look at who scored the most points at the end of the year. So they're going to keep coming here.
And the pass incomplete. The flag down on the carpet.
It's why we saw Trinity put so many points on the board against Southwestern when we thought the game was over and done with. So, for the Pirates here, you can't let up.
That's right.
Especially on homecoming.
Holding was a call. That'll push the Scots back 10 yards, make it first down and 20. So Rollins in the shotgun. He's got trips wide right, one to the near side. First down and 20 from the 29-yard line. Pass to the left side, complete on the edge, and a good open field tackle. Holding that one to just about a 5-yard pickup. I think that was Gilbert Anderson again.
Yeah, it was. You'll take that any day of the week there if you're Anderson. Give him the 5 yards and make the great play on the ball.
Second down and 14 from the 35-yard line. Scott's in no hurry. Trips wide right, one to the near side for Rollins. Dropping back, looking, dumps it off underneath, and the receiver wasn't ready for it. It was Alberts out of the backfield, and the ball was right there, and Abner just wasn't ready for it.
And Abner had a guy in front of him, so maybe that's what caught his attention. He didn't even see the ball in the air there. Didn't turn his head around. A good play there for the Pirates. I guess another lucky break.
So 3rd and 14, chance to get off the field here, get the ball back in the hands of your offense. 3rd down and 14, trips wide right, one to the near side for Rollins and company. Fans trying to generate some excitement. Play by play here. Dropping back Rollins. Good protection this time. Pass over the middle of the field, complete. Now you got to make the tackle. Bounce to the outside. They're going to keep him shy of the first down. Needed 16, got 13. Jalen McCullen, the tight end, hauling it in, but the punting needed to come on here for the Scots.
Yeah, great job tackling there. There was 4 Pirates around him, but somehow he almost got around all of them, Merle. A good job there by the safety coming in, making the play.
So Southwestern should get it back here. Back deep is Luke Martin. Another high end-over-end kick, and that's going to bounce at the 10.
Oh, my gosh.
That's going to bounce out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It has been unreal.
Talk about coffin corner. Oh, my goodness. There's no way. How do you do that?
That thing landed at the 10, looked like it was going to head into the end zone, and took a right turn and hopped out of bounds at the 1.
That's impressive stuff right there, Merle. You know, we said you don't come to these games to watch punts, but that's impressive.
For an offense that struggled It does not help to be starting a drive in your own 1 yard line.
No. Sims coming out now.
Yeah, Sims joined by Williams. One receiver left, two to the near side. Sims is standing on the O of Patriots in the end zone, about 4 yards deep. Handoff. He just got it across the line. Boy, that was close.
Wow.
The ball came out right before the knees touched down, and there'll be no gain. Maybe he lost a foot.
About on the 1 inch line right here, Merle. Can't get pushed farther back than this right here.
That ball is sitting right on the goal line. 2nd down and 11. Handoff. Up the middle, and a good rugby push, and it dives out to about the 5, and that must feel like the Great West wide open space to get it out to the 5 yard line here.
And just a little bit more room to breathe. Maybe you can pass the ball here. Just needed to get some to give your offense just a little bit more room to work.
So 3rd down and 7 from just shy of the 5. Two receivers to the left, one to the near side. Handoff, bounce to the right side, looking for running them, and just not going to find any. This young offensive line put at such a disadvantage, pinned down so deep in their own territory, and Maryville able to tee off against the run and sell out. Going to bring up a 4th down, and the punting unit will come out again here for the Pirates.
Yeah, it's an instance there for the Pirates where maybe you try and just get Maryville to jump off sides, try and just get in the yards any way you can, and unfortunately not able to do so.
So Lanham standing with his heels on the inline.
They tipped it last time. Looks like they're bringing the house once more.
Beautiful punt this time. He launches that thing. Traveled about 65 yards in the air. Fielded at the 45, up to the 50, in the Pirate territory, and down to the 45-yard line. Lanham did all he could do to give his defense as much room as possible to work with, but the Scots will once again have good field position to start this drive. 1st down and 10 at the Pirate 44-yard line with 4:27 to go 3rd quarter.
And like we've said before, they're going to come hard here, expecting to put more points on the board.
Star to stay in the ball game. Rollins along with Chris Cooper in the backfield. One receiver to the right, two to the near side. Handoff, Cooper around the right side, trying to get the corner turned, and will not. Nice job there by the Pirate defense to string that thing out. And no gain on the play. Martin, along with Braden Cundiff for no gain. 2nd down and 10.
The defense is still playing. They're still doing their job, making plays happen. I mean, it's pride for them, too. They remember that Trinity game earlier this year and how that felt. They don't want that to happen again.
Play clock is ticking down to 7 seconds. Rollins. Handoff Cooper right side, and he runs into a pinball machine of Pirates. Just bounced off of yellow jerseys and loses 2 yards on the play. 3rd down and 12.
And it looks like here in the second half with this lead, Maryville just showing some new looks, trying to just try new things, see what works, see what doesn't work.
Right.
Going tight formation there, and that time the Pirates able to bust through the line and make a play in the backfield.
The Southwestern defense, a chance to get off the field here on a 3rd and 12 from the Southwestern 46-yard line. One receiver right, trips two receivers in the near side. Rollins going to roll to his left, dumps it off underneath, complete to the 45, cutting out the 40, breaks the tackle, 35 to the 30, and that'll be good for a 1st down at the 31-yard line. Just dumped it off to Cooper, who came out of the backfield, and he broke a couple of tackles, and that was enough.
And the Pirates had him right where they wanted them. They had 2 guys there to make the play, and both guys missed tackles, and that led to the 1st down.
Clock keeps moving, 2:50 to go 3rd quarter.
Likely Maryville would have went for it, though, on that 4th down play. Even with the stop, it would have been about 4th and 5, but you would have liked to at least see them have to make the 1st down from that perspective.
It's the first down from the 32-yard line. Rollins, high snap, handoff up the middle. Cooper disappears into the pile, pushes it inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Gain of 3, second down and 7.
Those little run plays on first down, they may not seem like much more, but they make a difference. I mean, it really opens up the playbook, allows you to get creative, allows you to just do anything you want. As long as you're getting yards, getting positive plays, that makes a huge difference offensively.
Second down and 7 from the 29-yard line. Bootleg to his left, off the play action, pass over here to the near side, complete down to the 16-yard line. Good looking play. And climbing the ladder was Zay Richardson again. First down for the Scots.
And that's a play we saw earlier in the first half from Maryville. They let the motion man go out into the flats wide open. This time he was again open. There was a guy near him, but this time Rollins ends up going deep to Richardson on the curl route. They get a good first down play.
First down at the 16-yard line. Hand off right side and spins down to about the 15-yard line. Gain of 1. Going to bring up a second down and 9.
It's good to see Jalen Levine back out there for the Pirates. The senior defensive lineman here doing a great job just stuffing that one out.
So second down and 9 from about the 16-yard line. 1 minute to go here in this third quarter.
Maryville moving slowly here, no urgency from them. From their perspective, too, they want to get out of this one with no injuries.
That's right. And bootleg again to the left. Fade pattern near side. That ball is batted up in the air and intercepted in the end zone. To the 5, to the 10, to the 15, and knocked out at the 17-yard line. Nice job there by Southwestern. Gilbert Anderson, who's had a couple of big hits, I think is the one who came up with the football. I didn't see who tipped it up in the air in the first place.
I want to say that was Jameer Martin on the coverage.
Okay, good.
And it was good coverage, too. Knocked off of the receiver's hands. Martin able to get that one tipped up, and you never know what can happen when the ball starts going up in the air like that, Merle. Anderson comes down with it, makes a good return on it, gets it right at the 19. And we talked about it earlier, the need for turnovers. We had one earlier on a punt return, weren't able to capitalize it. Need to capitalize here on this interception now.
First down for the Pirates at the 19-yard line. 2 receivers left to the near side, inside of a minute to go third quarter. Dropping back. And just has to throw that one away. Did have a receiver in the area. Tried to dump it off to Quincy Williams. I don't know if they were trying to set up a screen or if that was just by necessity, but pass falls incomplete, second down.
If they were trying to set up a screen, you don't want to see the quarterback drop that too far back. Your tackles are going to let those guys ride up the field, and when you drop too far back like that, that gives the defensive end a wide open path to you as a quarterback. So you have to at least step back up into the pocket to make that throw.
So second down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Sims handoff up the middle, out across the 20, and Williams lunges forward up to about the 23. Will pick up 4 yards on the play, and that will probably be the final play of a quickly moving third quarter.
Yeah, I think the Pirates are trying
to get another one in.
It's kind of surprising if we do.
So 3rd and 6 here from the 23-yard line. Now the receiving corps is walking towards the sidelines. And we have reached the end of quarter number 3. 37-6 your score. Maryville on top. And I'm going to send it down to Mr. Crazy if I can find him. He's wearing that yellow shirt. It's the same color. There he is. All right, Chuck, third quarter in the books. Not a great quarter for the Pirates, but your thoughts heading into quarter number 4?
Well, I think both teams are, as has been mentioned, kind of managing the game at this point, managing injury, managing different schemes, different personnel. The emotion on the sideline is a mixed emotion. You have some anger, frustration, as well as positivity and guys trying to keep each other up. So it's a little bit of a mix. I think you got a lot of players on this team that expected a little more today, and so there is a little frustration.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck. I think you're right. I think the Pirates really felt like they could hang in with just about anybody. As the fourth quarter gets underway, Southwestern now going from right to left here. 37-6, 15 minutes left to go in this one. Third down and 4 yards coming up here for the Pirates, going from right to left at the 22-yard line. High snap and going to keep it himself and going to be dropped. Wow. Started right and cut back to the left, but it was too late.
They started
First
right,
man
ended
there
up
was
wrong.
Gavin Aldridge.
Yeah, Aldridge was just going immediately. He saw the pulls from those linemen, and it looks like we're going to have a whole chain. Oh, no, it's actually fourth down, so we're going to be punting it off.
37-6. It was, 30-6 at the half, so
Yeah.
Maryville won that quarter 7-0. Now the beautiful punt from Lanham. Return man retreating back to the 26-yard line. Through 3 defenders and then finally knocked down at the 35-yard line. He gets such good hang time that even though those punts travel a long way, TJ, the guys can get underneath it.
Yeah. And Lanham's just part of that new generation of kickers that are just so much stronger, so much more technically sound, and we've seen it all year long with Lanham, even with that 74-yarder he had earlier in the year, the ability to put the ball down the field.
So first down at the 35 for the Scots. Handoff around to the 35 up to the 38. Knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. That was Jermaine Abner on the carry. We'll pick up about 4 yards and keep the clock moving here with 14:06 to go.
And again, this defense still playing. They're swarming down the ball really well, making great tackles out in the open field. 0-0 ball game to them right now, Merle.
Trying to get you an update here of Trinity versus Center if I can. Second down and 6 coming up here from the 39-yard line. 17-7, Trinity leading Center, 3:45 to go third quarter. That was a tough one. Abner again. Starts up the middle, bounces left side out across the 40, and a flag comes into the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and 2, but we'll check the flag in the neighborhood of a hold.
Yeah, and the referee pointed back towards the Scots side, so probably will be.
Holding. Offense, number 71. Yard penalty. Second down.
So that'll slow them up a little bit. Second down coming up. 6:16 to go fourth quarter. Barry still leading Millsaps 43-20. Pirates will travel to Millsaps next week. Second down, let's call it 16 from the 29-yard line. Rolling to his right, looking. In trouble and sacked. Beautiful job coming in. I think it was Caleb Harmon. Yeah, Caleb Harmon, the sophomore, came in almost untouched, TJ, and just put him on the ground.
Well, he was out in coverage at first, Merle, but then he saw Rollins roll out. Typically what they teach for the near side linebacker, if you see a quarterback roll out to your side, you immediately just go right after him, go and make the play. And right there, we saw Harmon do exactly that. Rollins didn't see Harmon coming, so he got put down on the ground immediately.
How could you not see him coming in that yellow shirt?
He's quiet. He's like a ninja out there.
Third down in a bunch, 3rd and 22. Rollins dropping back. Now pocket breaks down, stepping up. And he's going to go down again. I believe that was Navarro got him this time. I could be wrong.
I think it's
I
Rhino.
am wrong. It's number 5. It's Rhino got him. Yeah, you're right.
Marion Williams-Jack, another senior here on this defensive line. Kind of quiet here today. He's made a lot of ruckus in the backfield, but right there gets his first sack of the evening. You know it's Rhino because he lets you know it's him because he always has a celebration after the fact.
So back-to-back sacks. And the Pirates will get it back here. High punt. Let's see if this one lands at the 1-yard line. The rest of them have. And it's going to roll that way. Southwestern will take over first down 10 at the 44-yard line. So the defense has really kind of stepped up here in the second half.
It's like what we saw last week versus Center. The defense didn't allow any points in that game in the second half. They're doing similar things here. Only allowed 7 points so far. They're playing really well. They're playing like it's 0-0. To them, they want to continue to go out there, show out, and ball out. And this offense just needs to take a page out of that book and just put some points on the board here.
So Williams in the backfield. Looks like Smith in a quarterback as they keep platooning. Give a shout out to Trey. He's tuned in on the way back to his daughter's baby shower. Hope everything goes well with the family this afternoon. One receiver right to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Williams spins to the 49. Digging for more. He's going to be dropped at the 49-yard line, but a hard-earned 4 yards there for Tyson Williams. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
It's more plays like that that the Pirates need. Just get those positive plays, those 5-yard run plays. Again, it's like what we talk about in Maryville. It sets everything else up.
2nd down. They give him 5 to the 50. So right at smack dab in the middle of the field here. 2nd down and 5. Give it to him again, up the middle again, and he dives into Scott's territory down to the 48-yard line, gain of 2, 3rd down and 3.
Maryville's just collapsing that interior, not really allowing any holes to develop in that interior of the offensive line, so nowhere for Williams to run right there.
So 3rd down and 3 coming up from the Maryville 48-yard line. 2 receivers split wide right, 2 to the near side for Smith. Smith, quick drop, pass, right side, caught on the edge, and Couture steps out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Good for a Pirate 1st down.
And Trey says it all the time, take what they give you. And right there, soft man coverage on the top side of your screen. Couture just a simple out route. Smith finds him. Pirates finally get a 1st down here.
Couture is really kind of coming into his own as the season's worn on here.
He's another one of those younger guys that the Pirates are going to rely on throughout their career here in Georgetown.
1st down at the 42-yard line. 1 receiver right, 2 to the near side. Straight ahead handoff. Nope, it's going to be Smith himself to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and steps out of bounds to the 27-yard line. That play has not been stopped.
No, it hasn't. That's another example there of reading the defensive end. We've talked about it all game, how these defensive ends are really squeezing that run play, especially on those 1st down plays. That time Smith remembers it. He sees the squeeze, pulls it, and he uses the speed to do the rest.
1st down, Pirates at the 27. 1 receiver right, 2 to the near side. This is the danger zone. This is where it's always been stalling out. Once they get past the 30. Smith dropping back, looking, firing towards the end zone. Got a receiver open, caught, and out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Great job waiting for the ball to arrive without running out of the play. Graydon Thompson. That must have felt like forever standing there at about the 2-yard line.
He was tiptoeing, waiting to go, and finally the ball gets there, and he's able to secure it through the contact, through the ground. Great play by the senior.
1st and goal, Pirates at the 2. Got to punch this one in. One receiver to the right and one to the near side. Smith, bad snap. Smith will pick it up, and he will go to the end zone just the way they drew it up. Coach Mask is going to add that one to the playbook, TJ.
I know he's super creative when it comes to trick plays, but bouncing off the center's butt, that snap was Cheeks. Picking it up off the floor was Smith and running it into the end zone saying, I can do it all by myself.
Well, with all the stuff that's gone wrong today, I'm glad something finally went right. Let him on for the extra point. Another low snap. The kick is up this time, and it is good. So Pirates will feel a little bit better about themselves, especially if they can keep Maryville stuck at 37. 37-12 now, or 37-13. That looks a little better.
Yeah, it does. And then you go back out there, maybe defense makes another stop.
Right.
You get the ball back offensively, put another touchdown on the board. That looks a lot better, too. I mean, this game obviously has not gone the Pirates' way in what we planned on it. There were some questions coming in terms of all the offensive line, how that was going to work out. Those kind of predictions were answered correctly. But as it stands, I mean, right now in this second half, playing pretty good.
Skies are darkening off to our right. Again, weather expected later on this afternoon into the evening, so be careful if you're out and about enjoying homecoming festivities.
They moved the beer garden inside, Merle. They heard a Hurricane Bella was coming through.
They planned ahead, huh?
Yeah.
And the kickoff is going to sail 5 yards deep into and out of the end zone. So the Pirate defense has just played well the second half. Actually, you score at the half in this half is 7-7.
Exactly. I mean, they're playing very well. It's just a matter of looking at the first half and kind of forgetting about it. If you don't even think of the first half, it's a tied ball game right now.
Yeah, if we could put the first half of the Trinity game and the second half of this game together, we'd have a pretty good outcome against powerful teams.
Have an all-timer.
So first down and 10 for the Scots at their own 25-yard line. Rollins stays in the ball game with Cooper in the backfield. Handoff up the middle. Cooper's going to get out to about the 29-yard line before he's stacked up. They're going to give him the 30, so a 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5.
And expect Maryville just to continue putting the ball on the ground here, letting the clock run out. Not much urgency on their side.
Second down and 5 from the 30-yard line. High snap, handoff again to Cooper. He's going to break out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Good for about a 7-yard pickup. First down and 10 for Maryville.
And again, for a team who is number 4 in the nation passing-wise, Southwestern has done a pretty okay job keeping that passing game at bay. It's just a few plays here or there, letting the explosiveness happen on Maryville side, and it hasn't really been too nice from that perspective. But for what it's worth, they've done an okay job.
I agree. First down 10 at the 36-yard line. One receiver to the left, one to the near side. And the handoff again to Cooper up the middle, and he is going to break free, get out across the 40, spin into the 43, and the rugby pile all the way out to the 46, 47-yard line. That was a no-gain play that winds up going 9 yards.
He just kind of got lost in all that traffic down there, just kept spinning around everything as the Pirate player's down.
Boy, I hate to see that late in the ball game. You know, going back to your point about the passing game, there's going to be a lot of chunk plays. I can think of 3 or 4 of them that required a perfectly thrown football because the Pirate was right there and the ball was just delivered perfectly on the spot.
Yeah, and then, I mean, with that, too, you think about the one with the pass interference.
Right.
There's just multiple opportunities where the Pirates had a chance to get off the field, but Maryville just executed a little bit better. Extended drives, which allowed them to end up putting points on the board. And then on the flip side, too, the Pirates, like we've already said here in this half, have had opportunities. They've moved the ball down the field. They've done a good job. But there's something that happens, whether it be a sack, a negative play, whatever it may be, that hurts them, and they don't end up putting points on the board.
Right.
When you think of those 2 instances where Trey was saying we should have kicked the field goal, both of those times were in the red zone.
That's right.
And then somehow we just don't end up converting. I mean, that's 2 touchdowns right there. You put those 2 touchdowns on the board. You do maybe another one here or there. That's a lot of points left out there for the Pirates.
Injured player was Cam Roberson. He does get off the field, trot up on his own power. I was watching while you were talking, Trey. Coach Kriesel was...
Trey?
I keep saying, why am I saying Trey?
You've never done
TJ,
that before.
I know. Where's that coming from? Coach Kriesel was talking to 2 sets of officials, not happy with something that he saw there that may have led to the injury of Cam Roberson. Second down and 1. This will be a free play. Pass over to the far side, and it is caught back to the 32-yard line, to the 25, spins to the 20, and down to the 17-yard line. It'll be first down Maryville as the Scots will decline the penalty, obviously, and take the result of the play.
Well, it kind of looked like that right side of the offensive line also jumped, too.
Yeah.
So you maybe were thinking, it'll stop the play, maybe call encroachment, but unfortunately not the case for the Pirates. Another big explosive play in the passing game.
Jalen McCullum, the tight end, hauling that one in. It'll be first down at about the 17-yard line. I'm going to spend all the next 2 or 3 weeks while we're gone here trying to figure out why I'm calling you Trey all of a sudden.
And again, it's only here in this second half. Trey put a spell on you.
First down at the 17-yard line. And off right side. And a big collision at the 15. Chris Cooper on the carry will pick up about 4 yards. Give a shout out and thank you to J.C. DeLeon, pinch hitting for Trey here in the second half. Say hello to Skylar Gillespie, our QA, who's been with us all day long, all season long. Making sure that we're looking and sounding as good as we possibly can, which is a big challenge sometimes.
People would be surprised how many challenges we kind of run up here. Remember that first week, those challenges out in
Oh,
Van
boy.
Abilene?
2nd down and 7 from the 14-yard line. Swing pass right side complete to the 9 and hanging on for dear life. Going to be knocked down there at the 7-yard line. That was a good open field tackle because it was do or die for the Pirate defender. And I think it was Quincy Nevins.
Yeah, it's Quincy Nevins out there probably coming in for the injured Cameron Roberson. So doing a good job there, just making that tackle.
Coming up on the 6-minute mark, 3rd down and 1. Third and 1 for the Scots. Ball spotted at the Pirate 8. Fade pattern right side. That may have been deflected and it may have been tipped to the line of scrimmage. We've seen 2 balls batted away. That one looked like a wounded Thanksgiving turkey as it came out of there. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, you're right, Merle. It was tipped to the line of scrimmage. The head ref there signaling it as a tip ball, so that's good for the Pirates. Another good stop there. Now 4th down coming up.
And they're going to bring on the field goal unit. I wasn't sure. You know, we keep talking about style points. You could wind up in a tie with somebody and need those points. They're going to take 3 if they can get them.
Give their kicker a little extra work here.
Luke Pinkston on for the field goal. Good snap and hold, 25 yards from the near hash. And he sliced it right. So the Pirate defense spins but doesn't break. And they'll get it back with 5:42 to go. Chance to get down, come down and get some points of their own on the board.
That's why you keep talking about Trey. He would have been talking about that field goal
That's
right there.
Final, Barry defeating Millsaps 43-20.
Just call them both Trey J. And then
Trey J, yeah.
We don't need more ideas from you down there, Chuck.
Well, it's a theme because the Pirates have quarterbacks, Jackson Sims and Jacob Smith, which is a lot for me to keep track of. So T.J. Vale, the Trey Grubb, too much similarity because you guys look so much alike.
I'm about
too.
to say, we talk about body types in this broadcast all the time. Me and Trey look nothing alike, Merle.
First down at the 20-yard line. 5:42 to go in this one. Smith back in the backfield at quarterback with 2 receivers to the right side. Going to roll to his left. Following his blockers, gets a corner turn and scampers out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Escorted out of bounds by C.J. Lowe, a senior linebacker on the play. Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
Pirates here, 5.5 minutes left. Just get a good drive going. Get something positive to end this game with and make this game a little closer here at the end.
Smith. Oh, fumbled on the exchange, and Maryville's going to get it back at the 20-yard line.
Not that, Merle.
Oh, man. He tried to tuck it in and pull it out, and the ball was jarred loose. And the Scots will get it back at the 20-yard line.
And it was open. It was open for Smith to run out there on the right side like we've seen all day.
Defense. First down, Maryville.
Yeah, ball security is the one thing that is plaguing Smith a little bit. That fumble last week against Center as the Pirates are driving down for a potential tie. Just got to take care of the football.
Not a potential tie, a potential win.
Potential win, yeah.
And that's the one thing. Smith plays really well, but he's very fast, very aggressive, and sometimes leads to turnovers.
Oh, bad snap, and Rollins just has to slide down safely at the 25-yard line.
That's a business decision right there.
Yeah, that's right. You know who's thankful for that? There's Caddy Maravala, who says, "Thank you very much for the sack. I'll take that." Freshman from Taylor, Texas.
It's going to be a season high in terms of sacks for this defensive line, Merle,
Yeah.
but you would never guess it just by looking at the score here.
4:35 to go. Loss of 6 on the play, back at the 26-yard line. Handoff. Abner, and he's going to get back near the original line of scrimmage, maybe another yard beyond that. So it's a 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line.
And that one there looked like a draw play out the backfield, just allowing the defensive line to run upfield. The delayed handoff, able to get 5 yards with it.
That was J.P. Reyes on the stop. That's good to see. I think he was shaken up last week. So 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. 4 minutes to go in this one. Rollins in the shotgun. High snap. Handoff, Abner. Left side, trying to get the corner turn to the 15. Bounce to the outside of the 10. And steps out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Got enough for the first down.
And Abner there following his pulling guard and tackle to the left side. Just had a convoy in front of him, and they did just enough to get him to the first down marker.
Clock rolling, 3.5 to go. First and goal from about the 8.
And depending how they work this, they can work it all the way down to the 2-minute timeout.
Right. One receiver to the left, one to the near side. Handoff, Abner off left tackle. Cuts back up at the 5. Is going to get it down to about the 4. Going to bring up a second down and goal. And they'll have to snap it one more time before the 2-minute timeout. Scott's in no hurry. Second to goal from the 4. Same formation, one receiver left. Abner again off the left side, trying to get the corner turned, and he is not going to get there. He got as close as you could get, but the Pirates just deny him. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal.
He thought maybe Abner was going to get the corner. He went inside and tried to bounce it back out, but a good job tackling there on the outside. Clock rolling here, and it looks like we'll head to the 2-minute timeout.
Gavin Prince, another freshman to finish him off. So we have reached the 2-minute timeout. 37-13 is going to bring 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line here after this timeout. So Pirates at Millsaps next week, at Rhodes in 2 weeks. Our next and final broadcast of the year will be in 3 weeks. Here at home against Barry on Senior Day.
And so these next few weeks are going to be pretty telling here, Merle. You know, you come into this game 3-3. We're going to move to 3-4 after this loss. You can't go 0-3 to end the year, especially with how the year started 2-0. You're a few bounces, a few plays away from being 5-1 heading into this game. So you can't end the year on a sour note like that.
That's right.
It's imperative that the Pirates are able to at least take 2. So it's going to be that Millsaps and Rhodes game. Looking very just looming large in the schedule. And, again, they're not going to be easy. Those are 2 very good teams here in this conference.
Try to get a Trinity update here before this play gets in, if I can. 17-14, center hanging around. 6:50 to go, 4th quarter. Trinity leading 17-14. Here's 3rd and 1 from the 1. Handoff to Abner, and he manages to step into the end zone for the touchdown.
Simple 1-yard run right up the middle.
Pirate defense made them work for it with a lot of new faces on the defense.
Yeah. And, I mean, too, with the field position there that they started right around the 20.
At the 20-yard line, yeah.
Considering everything. I mean, the Pirates' defense did as much as they could. Their offense just not giving them any breaks here.
Extra point attempt coming. The kick is up, and it's good. So 1 minute, 55 seconds left on this Saturday afternoon. 44-13 your score. Just getting underway in Memphis is Rhodes and Swanee. Pirates defeating Swanee in a thriller here. Last time we were here 2 weeks ago, 38-35. In a game that was a lot more exhausting than it probably should have been.
Yeah, we thought the Pirates were going to have a good handle on that one, but we've said it before, any given day here in this conference especially, and Swanee gave it to us that day. Luckily, the Pirates came in on top.
Jackson White set to kick it away from the 35-yard line. And kickoff is going to sail into the end zone. That's a live football. And there it finally bounces in.
Goodness gracious.
I was going to say, what next?
He landed that at the 1 and put backspin on it. That's, man.
I did the Vandergrift Hutto game last night and learned that Hutto never kicks off. They always onside kick, which is one of the strangest things I've ever seen.
Well, their mascot's strange, too. A hippo?
Yeah.
They just do strange things over there in Hutto.
Handoff up the middle. Sims back in a quarterback, no gain on the play. I also learned they're opening up a new high school there as a flag comes flying in after the fact. They're going to be Hutto North and Hutto South, and they're both going to be the Hippos.
What?
Yeah.
Are they both going to be orange, too?
That I don't know.
That's interesting. They got to find I think they need to find a new name for that high school, and they need to find a new mascot. Because you can't have two Huttos.
I have never heard of that before. 15-yard mark-off on the unsportsmanlike conduct.
You can copy a mascot as long as you're not in the same town. It's got to be another animal that starts with an H, right?
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Hutto hummingbirds.
Handoff up the middle again and diving out to about the 43, 103 yards. And, boy, some pushing and shoving again. For two teams that have never played before, Trey, TJ, I did it again. I caught myself
had to
that
go for
time.
the hat trick.
For two teams that have never played each other before, these guys are going at it.
You know, it could start a bit of a rivalry here going forward here in the SAA. Pirates losing here in their first contest, but you never know.
2nd down, 7 from the 43-yard line. Coming up on the 1-minute mark. One receiver to the right, two to the near side. And off up the middle again. This is Bailey on the carry up to the 45 to the 46-yard line. Devin Baylor. I'd be curious to know why we haven't seen more of him in the ballgame.
Him, Devin Phillips. I haven't even seen Devin Phillips on the sideline.
Yeah, and has not been involved in punt returns or anything. So
maybe a late game scratch due to an illness. Who knows?
Third down and 5 coming up for the Pirates at the 45-yard line. 33 seconds left to go in this one. Sims, hand off to Baylor. Starts up the middle and gets out across the 47. Going to bring up a 4th down, and that could be the final play here of the game. Pirates are heading towards the sideline, and I think that's going to do it.
It's still some jarring going back and forth.
44-13 as the Pirates fall here this afternoon.
Thing is, this is the second string defense. These guys don't even get to play usually.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Southwestern,
Guess they got to get something in.
I get the impression that Coach Cruz didn't like the tone of that game at the end.
No, he definitely didn't. He was looking at the refs there, especially with all that jarring going on after that last play. And he's talking to he's talking to the head coach right now.
Right.
Just saying like, hey, what's going on right now?
So 44-13, your final score. And we'll stand by for Coach to talk to Chuck. Disappointing outcome here for the Pirates. They, you kind of figure Maryville's going to be the favorite coming in this game, but do you think the Pirates, if they play to their level, could make them work for it, make it a close game, and pull off the upset? This tone was set early on that scoop and score. The Pirates really did a much better job in the second half, what we expected to see in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's where the frustration comes in Coach Creasel, in this Pirates squad, is that knowing that it's a lot of self-inflicted wounds.
Right.
It's a lot of not doing what your job is meant to do and not executing. And I think that's where these frustrations come into play and why we feel like this right now at the end of the game. Yes, Maryville, on paper, they should beat us. But with what we've seen so far this year with this Pirates unit, they have a lot of good things. They have a lot of potential, but it's about capitalizing on it, and we just haven't seen that full capitalization, I guess, from that perspective.
So looking ahead here now, we wait for our coach to catch up with Chuck. Maryville is going to improve to 6-1 in the season, 3-1 in the conference. They'll take on Rhodes College. They'll be the favorite in that one again next Saturday. The Pirates dropping to 3-4 overall, 1-3 in the conference, and they will travel to Millsaps. Again, that's a 1 o'clock game, I believe, on Saturday. That game will not be broadcast on Vype. You'll have to go to southwesternpirates.com and check out the Millsaps link for that broadcast there.
Won't be as entertaining.
No, it won't be. And I won't call anybody there Trey.
Oh, man. Just had to end with it, huh?
I have no idea where that came from.
It's okay, Merle. It's okay. It won't fully ruin my weekend.
Well, kind of a bummer way to end the homecoming. You know, you usually schedule teams that you're going to knock off pretty easily, and that's not the way the Pirates have done it this year.
You can't do that in this conference, bro. That's the issue. There's no rollover teams
I
here
see
in
what
this
you're
conference.
saying, yeah.
You know, there's
yeah, that's true.
who are you going to do? Swanee? I mean, Swanee's a great team. We saw how good that game was going to be. Unless you just schedule a non-conference kind of pushover game at the beginning of the year and have homecoming in August, where it's going to be super hot and no alumni are going to want to come. But it's not how the Pirates roll. You know, this school started homecoming back in the early 1900s. Bro.
That's right. Yep.
Then Baylor wanted to take it from us and act like they came up with the idea. Not true.
Coach Kriesel addressing the team down there. Let's see if I can get some stats here if that stayed up. It might take a minute to load up. We're just kind of standing by waiting for Coach to come over and talk to Chuck Gracie down to the sidelines. Great crowd in hand, really good energy.
Yeah, I mean, from the jump, I think everyone was excited that they were able to tailgate prior to the game with all the weather issues that we were talking about being predicted. But, yeah, the crowd came in with great energy, great vibes, and for a little bit there in that first quarter, first half, it was happening here in Birkelbach. I mean, it's going to be the next time we're here is going to be the last time we're at Birkelbach.
That's true, yeah, because it'll be next time we see the Pirates at home, it'll literally be at home.
Yeah, be on campus in 2026.
All right, the huddle is broken here. Stats are incomplete. They're about 2 minutes on the clock according to the stat tracker. 20 first down, but we'll give you what we know. 20 first downs to 16 in favor of Maryville. Total yards. I'm looking, so just smack me when Chuck has him. 133 yards to 76 in favor of the Scots.
He's got him.
He's got him? All right, where's he at? I can't find him amidst all that yellow.
Right there at the 45.
There he is, okay. All right, take it away, Chuck.
All right, Coach, a little bit better half in the second half. Not the outcome you were hoping for, but give us your thoughts.
Yeah, we played a little bit better in the second half. Just to tell you guys, and for those of you who ain't able to be at the stadium today, we got beat by a better team. They're a team that's 15. They started 15 seniors. We have 5 seniors on our defense and offense that play a lot for us. So they're a mature team. We're growing it. We're trying to get there. When we play well, we play really well. And we did some really, really good things defensively. Their head coach came up and said we're the toughest defensive front that they played against. And that's and a lot of our defensive front are seniors, guys. So that's really what it's all about. Our young guys they're working. They're working hard and they're practicing every day. I wish we would have handled ourselves a little bit better. I think our composure, we lost it a little bit. I don't think they won with true grace either. I think both teams kind of got into a kind of that back and forth stuff. I'd like to see that get out of the game sometimes, but we're going to keep battling. We're going to come back next week and play better.
Well, and it's difficult to control your emotions, especially when it comes to frustration, when your expectations are at a certain level. And I think you're doing that. You're building expectations here. And so give us your thoughts on them coming out in the second half.
Yeah, we talked about it in the halftime. We just said, hey, you know what? We got to handle our emotions better. We got to go out there and we got to play. It doesn't matter what the score is. It's about our process. We're getting beat by a better team. I told them that in the halftime. I said they're a better team than we are. They're making more plays than we are. But what we got to do is we got to make them earn every yard We got to make sure that we don't turn the ball over and control what we can control. And we did a little bit better job of that in the second half. And so we just something to build on.
Well, good luck at Millsaps.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
Take care. There you go, Merle.
All right, well, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Chuck. And get your thoughts here before we sign out on homecoming afternoon, Chuck.
Well, it's about what I expected. I would have thought it would be a little closer than the end result, and I think we saw flashes of that in the first half.
Right.
A handful of big offensive plays, one defensive scoop and score, which was essentially no real effort on their part. It was a mistake by the Pirates, self-inflicted. So. They're just that close to turning a corner, and you can tell they taste it, and that does result in some frustration, which we saw today.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks, Chuck.
It's time for the chili cook-off contest.
All right, all right, TJ, final thoughts?
I mean, I think everything that's been said is all correct. I mean, coming into this game, like Coach Griggs said, that is the better team, but that's a team that you're going to see here on the Pirates side here in a few years.
That's right.
We have a lot of young guys that are going to turn into those 15-plus seniors that are starting on both sides of the ball, and it's these young guys that are going to remember these types of losses here in this season that are going to say, hey, we don't want to feel like that anymore. We're going to train harder in the offseason. We're going to train harder in the summer, and then when it comes around to the fall season, we're just going to play a lot better. And so right now the Pirates going through it and losing here on homecoming, but a lot of great things to build on. Season's not over yet, like we talked about a little bit in the broadcast. 3 games left here on this season. If you can go win 2 of those and end up at least 5-5 to end it, I think that's a great way to end the season, go into the spring training. But for the Pirates here, not how we wanted to end this game, 44-13 loss, but a lot of great things to build on.
Well, that's going to do it for us in this afternoon. The Pirates travel to Jackson, Mississippi next Saturday to take on Millsaps, and then on to Memphis, Tennessee on November 8th to take on Rhodes College. Again, we'll not be broadcasting either of those games on Vype, but there will be a link to both of those schools' broadcasts posted on southwesternpirates.com if you're unable to make the trip. We'll be back with you in 3 weeks when the Pirates return home to face Berry College to close out the 2025 season. Special thanks to Southwestern's Director of Intercollegiate Activities, Ken Ralph, Senior Associate Director of Athletics, Glenn Schwab, Associate Director of Athletic Communications, Peyton Stegman, the Georgetown ISD staff, Head Coach Bill Kriesel, and, of course, all you folks out there for tuning in and putting up with us each Saturday afternoon here during the football season. So, from my broadcast partner, TJ Baylor, our sideline reporter, Chuck Tracy, cameraman Donald Williams and Michael Rose, producer Trey Grubb, special thanks to J.C. De Leon for filling in the second half. Our technical director, Suna Bincock, communications director, Christina Weber-Bertrand, and our quality administrator, Skylar Gillespie, and everyone at Vype Media. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Brookabach Fields, where the Southwestern Pirates fall to the Maryville Scots by a final score of 44-13. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a safe and happy homecoming and Halloween, and we'll see you in 3 weeks for more Southwestern Pirates football right here on Vype. Good night, everybody.